Agriculture 4.0, a 15 days international online training cum workshop program in the agriculture and allied topics, which is jointly organized by SCOST Kashmir, Just Agriculture in collaboration with Agro-Environmental Education and Farmers Welfare Society Punjab. I am very glad to announce that we have more than 20 co-partners for the program. I must congratulate Team Just Agriculture for organizing such insightful training programs at regular intervals and for collaborating with such big universities within a short span of time. I would also like to appreciate our co-organizers, which are National Agricultural Higher Education Project, National Medicinal Plant Board, Government of India, Maharana Pratap University of Agriculture and Technology, Udaipur, and Maharana Pratap Horticulture University, Karnal. As almost all the participants have joined, maximum of them has joined. Now coming to the session, today's session of the 8th day, I feel highly privileged to warmly welcome our esteemed chief guest of today's session, Dr. Arundhati Pandav, Director, Sarons Digitech, Hyderabad. Ma'am has also worked as a technical consultant at the National Agriculture Higher Education Project, Vasantrao Nayak, Marathwada, Krushi Vidyapeeth, Parbhani, Maharashtra. She is also working as Head of Computer Science Department since 15 years at St. Paul's Degree and PG College, Hyderabad. She has also done her Master's in Computer Application from Dr. Baba Sahib Marathwada University, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Ma'am has also done her Bachelor's in Computer Application from Dhyano Pasak Mahavishwavidyalaya, Parbhani. Her area of specialization is web designing and development, app development, and computer programming. Our respected guest has also acquired certifications in digital marketing and research engines optimization, foundations of artificial intelligence and machine learning, certified Android and iOS Apple developer trainer, and expert in Internet of Things programming. I would like to give a very short description of our esteemed guest company. Sarons Digitech is a startup firm established in December 2019, which provides services like software and mobile app development, website development, digital marketing solutions to businesses and firms. They had also built several websites recently, and 2 apps are also built by them. The first one is Chingari, which is India's #1 short video app, which is a source of entertainment for almost 2.7 crore people, which is a very huge population. And the second app is Jimpug, which is India's short video sharing app. Now I request our today's guest, Dr. Arundhati, ma'am, to deliver her lecture to the participants. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Apurva, and thanks for your all the appreciations and all. So, shall I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Good evening, all honoraries and participants in this Just Agriculture. Today's my topic is digitalization of Indian agriculture and role of startups in IoT devices and agri-apps. Actually, I have chosen this topic because as a startup since all these 3 years, whatever the development that I'm trying to contribute in agri and the way I'm facing it and my dedication towards this agricultural domain that I wanted to share with you. So first of all, I just wanted to share a few things about the IoT, that is Internet of Things, and why we are needed it actually. So whenever the population is very high, the agri industry is very reason and it meets all the demands regardless of environmental challenges like weather conditions or the climate change. But to meet all these needs, we need to increase our technology used in the agriculture. That is very much necessary nowadays. And that will be done by using this digital farming. And we are calling it as agri-tech. My company, what we are launching and we are using it, the term as agri-tech. We are trying to see this future of the smartphones. So here we have introduced for certain startups and all my participants, I would like to share that how this next generation of the agriculture will be seen and what are the aspects could be used in this. So in this next generation, in the smart farming, we are calling it as a precision of the farming or the precision of the agriculture.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Very sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
But
please.
could you please switch on your video mode
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
participants can see you?
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Am I visible? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's quite clearly visible, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So now, smart solutions in agriculture, like precision agriculture and the crop monitoring is there. And there are certain solutions that I wanted to share one by one and in every different aspects. So this is what we could say, certain sharing of my knowledge, how we could develop as a startup, how we could develop this beginners project. And there are the different levels that we have decided for the projects. And the first level is a beginners one for the new startups and students even who are participated over here if they want to develop their own projects. Then for IoTs, for Internet of Things, we have these kind of the projects could be done. And the first type of the projects that I wanted to share is the sensors. All this will be used by the sensors and water level sensors, then soil moisturizers, then for using all these things, we need a microcontroller SoCs and wireless communication, and definitely all it will be controlled by certain mobile apps. And this is what is the diagrammatical representation, I could say. What are those sensors could be used? And these sensors could be used in certain agricultural to define this temperature, to read the temperature. Then rain sensors will tell you how will be the possibility of the rain and how much rain we could get or this year. Then these are the all temperatures and the pH sensitivities and sensors that we have already used it in the soil. And then by reading this, we have the app which is controlling all this. And this is what is a system control. And this will be used by using Raspberry Pi and Arduino. I just give you some brief of as a technical person, I would like to share, even though the participants may come to know that what is this Raspberry Pi and why we need it actually. So this Raspberry Pi is nothing but it is one of the class, it is one of the kind of the chip that we have over. It is a hardware device which could be written, the Raspberry Pi is on that we can write the Python programming, and then this advance in technology which will be reduced to your computers and storage the large amount of warehouses, devices. And this is the diagram, this is the technical diagram. And for this application, actually, for the Raspberry Pi, the operating system for all Raspberry Pi products is a Linux. I am just giving you certain technical specifications for this chip. This is a Raspberry Pi chip will be used in your along with the sensors, and the readings will be read from the apps which we have already developed. And then these kind of the where we are using the Linux operating system, and it is an open source system, and it will be the interface between the computers and the hardwares. The languages used in this Raspberry Pi is a Python, and it is a general purpose and high level language. By using the Python, we can write down the coding on this for this complete chip, and then the readings will be taken. Then next hardware we could say for this SoCs is Arduino. Arduino is a board. It is a hardware board which is connected to the computer via USB. I can connect it to the laptops or the in general I could say to the system. And where it is connected with the development environment, it is called as ID. And then the users will write the Arduino code in that ID, and then it will be uploaded with certain microcontrollers, and then it will execute the coding. Now you can see all these buttons and everything is there. Here the USB plug will be connected to your system, and then you could read the readings from here, and it will be shown in the app. So this is one of the hardware part which is using as an interface, and this is a wireless communication module where we are connecting through the Wi-Fi and all. The name itself is suggesting it is a wireless communication. And this is just a technical diagram for this wireless communication. And APIs is a application programming interface. This is all the hardware, but on API, we are trying to store the data at the backend application programming interface, where we are storing the data at the backend. Whatever has been read, the readings has been taken from the hardware parts. It will be stored, it will be recorded, and then it will be analyzed. And definitely it will be the cloud-based, because we are talking about the Internet of Things, IoT. So it will be connected through the clouds because it is on the internet. And we are very much aware of it, that the different kinds of the IoTs are used. Then another suggestion, another contribution of this project is field monitoring. This is only with the sensors. It is a primary project. But now, if we are looking for certain different kinds of the project, then we could say that field monitoring or the soil erosion, then diagnosis of the diseases, it will be done by using the IoTs. So this is what are the diagrams where we are trying to read the readings. The disease identification will be done by the drones, and then we are using the crop monitoring also by the drones. So in general, this is a usage of the drone. I have tried to show it diagrammatically, the how drone has been used as an intermediate project. It is the middle level project, I could say. And then for all these are all the applications of the drone usages, like the plantation for monitor growth, and then the crop monitors and everything. And how it will work is, it will have an angle, it will have the cameras over it, and then we are going to read the readings from this SOCs from the different controllers, and through wireless communications, it will be sent to the gateways and then to the clouds. And from that cloud, we are monitoring through the mobile apps or the laptops. So all this is a chain, all this is the flow diagram where we could manage all these resources. And as far as the advanced projects concerned, when we are talking about IoTs, then we could say that there are the harvesting or the weed control, then autonomous seeding, and the sorting and the packaging. So this is all will be done by the robots. It will be all the robotics which will be used here. Majorly, we are using with the robotic arm, and then through the robotic arm, we are going for the wireless communication. Then same thing with the gateways and the cloud analytics, and it will be controlled with the mobile apps. So mobile apps could be iOS based, or it will be Android apps. And these are certain pictures where we could specifically see that how the robotic arm is harvesting. And then robotic arm is inspecting with this plants, and then it is sorting and packaging when we are talking about the agricultural industries. And this is a seeding. By using the robotic arms, we can just put the seeding also. Coming to the major part of this presentation is application of IoT in agriculture. How this IoT will be used, and how we can take it as a project, as a developer, how we could take it as a project, and how it will be used in the agriculture, so that the human efforts will be little bit of reduced. That is the main motto. So these are certain applications widely, like the climate conditions. Why I have shown all these projects is because all those has been categorized in these applications, the basic applications. So for using this climate conditions, as per the beginners project, we have used certain sensors. And then we are using these climate conditions for the different purposes. Like if I could say that all these climate conditions will be measured and will be shown directly on the app, because they will collect the data from the environment, and it will be used for the right crop, and then where we have to grow those crops, and what should be the primary climatic conditions should be there. This will be all guided by it. I have a small video for this, so I just wanted to share the video also. Let me show the smart farming video. I hope that it is visible. Is it?
No, ma'am, the video has not started.
Okay, just a minute. I'll share it. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
See here, by using this weather conditions with the sensors, as I said, as a beginner's project, we are capturing the data and simultaneously it will be shown on the apps. That is the purpose of this actually. Then, talking about this measuring of the climate conditions, the another one,
a weather station 10 to 20 miles from their actual field, which is not very helpful for making irrigation decisions and managing. Is collecting information associated with that crop health and weather information in the field. Every hour it is sent through cellular technology, a SIM card that's actually embedded into the device up to the cloud and then transmitted through the back end to our software system. So every person who has a device, they're able to get a comprehensive overview both of the weather related to that actual field and the crop health, the crop stress, and any sort of alerts associated with disease.
These are all the sensors which has been used as a management devices.
The National Science Foundation, there's a lot of energy and focus behind pioneering the agricultural sector. What we're really excited about is offering a tool that gives more accurate insight in a really compact package. So we have 3 sensors that are built into our device. A distrometer, which essentially is a microphone that as soon as a raindrop hits the top of the device, it ignites, and every 5 seconds it's taking measurements, so it's turning that into a really accurate rain gauge. We have a 7-band spectrometer that's measuring 7 different light waves on the top and the bottom of the device. So when you're applying fertilizer, for example, we're figuring out how much is being consumed into the plant. We also have a net radiometer, which is measuring the solar radiation coming into the top of the device and the refraction coming up from underneath. We use our machine learning to auto-correct the errors in government weather data so that we can make our forecasting more meaningful to our growers. If we see with our forecasts that we expect a certain amount of humidity in the next 7 days, and we're measuring our leaf temperature and our leaf moisture content, we can say, hey, alert, I think there might be a white blight outbreak in the next 4 days. It's time to actually monitor your fields. Oftentimes the risk is so great with farmers, they might have to spray on an exorbitant basis to make sure that they don't lose any of their crop, and we're offering them the details and the insight into using those in a regulated fashion, so they're not necessarily having to waste excess money and resources to protect their fields.
So this is what is we are talking about the sensors and the intermediate projects. Now coming to the next application is a precision farming. This is the precision farming. I could say that it is very famous application of IoT, and this is completely comes under the vehicle tracking, which will observe the field. Then it will be observing the inventory, and the precision farming is actually for the analyzing of the data. Then it will be generated through the sensors, and then it will react accordingly. This precision farming may help, I think, in the farmers generated data, and whatever the farmers want to keep the livestock of that management. And then vehicle tracking is also very important. And with the help of this precision farming, we can analyze the soil conditions, then related parameters of all the operations, which will be increased. And not only for this, but I could say that it will be working on the real-time conditions. It will be worked along with the data. It is again the small demonstration for this vehicle tracking and all. I'll just share one video for the vehicle tracking. So this is what is a vehicle tracking, where it may be unmanned vehicles, or at certain places we need a person who is controlling those tracking vehicles also. And definitely it will be controlled, and it will be seen and tracked with the apps and in our laptops also. The next, which I wanted to share the application, is nothing but the greenhouse applications, which is another very much striking application of the IoTs, where I could say this adaptation of this IoT greenhouses has been like it is the human invention. And then this all process will be cost effective, and it really increases the accuracy as well. Like nowadays, very much we could say it is with the solar power IoT sensors also, which has been built. And I'm just trying to show this diagram where we are using certain Arduino chips. Already we have used it, and then by using these kind of the chips, we are trying to measure the soil moisture. even the humidity sensors, all these are been built up on this. Then the light sensors, how much bright it is and all. Then the temperature for today. Then we have all the sprinkler controls on it, and even the air vents, and all these will be connected to the Wi-Fi, and then we are controlling through our PC. This is just a flow diagram where we have tried to build it up. This is one of the application called as a greenhouse. And next application of IoT is data analysis. Only the collection of this data is not sufficient. Whatever the data that we are collecting through the sensors, it's not sufficient only, but we need to use it. So with the help of IoT devices, we could come to know what is the real-time status of the crops by capturing the data from the sensors. And then using this predictive analysis, we could suggest the farmers what to be the decision to be taken related to the harvesting. Then what are the trends of the how they can keep the weather conditions and harvesting of the crops. And then in this IoT in agricultural industry, which will help all these farmers to maintain the quality of the crops and the fertility of the land, and which will definitely enhance the productivity and the volume of the quality of the products. And the next one is, which is another application, is UAVs, or we are calling it as a drones. So it is an unmanned aerial vehicle, I should say. And this will be the very much famous in all the fields, not only in the agriculture, but in agriculture, we can use it very effectively. We can drones with the thermal or multispectral sensors and the different kinds of the cameras which are required to change an irrigation. Once the crop will get growing, sensor indicates that how much it is healthy. What is the health of that crop actually, to calculate the vegetation index. And then eventually the smart drones have reduced the environmental impact. The result, again, the same. The result have been such that it will be the massive reduction and much lower chemical reaching to the groundwater. This is all will be analyzed by these UAVs. Then what are the challenges? Okay, we are very much happy that we are introducing all these IoTs, all these products, and we are trying to put the technologies in this area. But by adopting these IoTs in the agricultural, we have number of benefits. But
sorry to interrupt. Can you share the PPT screen?
Okay, sorry. It's not visible.
No, ma'am. The last screen is visible.
Okay. So you need me to show it from the previous IoT applications also?
No, ma'am. From the point where you have continued, na?
Okay. Just a minute. Is it?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. We are talking about the challenges. I could say that there is a major problem if some of them has opposed to the new ideas, some of them are not adopting the new ideas, then there will be the very much of challenges which are arise. But the best thing that can be done to awareness of IoT impacts is to demonstrate to the farmers. This is what we could do. This is what, by using the sensors and the student of all these agricultural domain, they can, if they are developing certain projects, then they can go to the farmers, they can aware them that how it is beneficial and how all they can be taken. And these are all the challenges that even we are facing while launching certain IoT tools and certain apps. So it is really the lack of infrastructure that we have. Even though the certain farmers are adopting it, but still they do not able to take the benefits of this technology because of the poor communication and certain infrastructure. They may not have the internet properly because they are in the remote areas. and the farmer, they need to have the access to the crop, and they have to reliable on any location for the connectivity and all. Then the cost is very high for them. Actually, for agricultural, when we are talking about the expenses, then they have to pay more, and these sensors may be the little bit of expensive for them. And then automated machinery cost will be also more. And nowadays, okay, they are there, they can buy, they will have certain subsidies, but for them the little bit cost is, for me, it is one of the challenge, that the cost. Then lack of the security, because there is no guarantee that we could say the mapping of the data or the sensors by the drone, it will be having the public connectivity. Someone can have unauthorized access to the IoT providers also, and they can just steal the data, they can manipulate data. So that is all insecurity over the internet also, we could say. Then definitely the lack of technical knowledge, and the people who are using it, we have very less number of people compared to the farmer society who are using all this technology. So the skilled people are very less, and this is one of the again challenge. And for me, when I'm talking about the I'm taking up the conclusion for this topic, then IoT, I think enabled agriculture has helped the implement of modern technology, which has been the solution to the time tested knowledge. But still, it has to be help in between bridging the gap of the production and the quality of the yield. So I could say data has to be obtained, it has to be sustained, and then it has to be analyzed and to be given to the farmers so that they could use it very effectively. So this is all about, I think, the IoT products which could be used in the different farmer society, and they can use it effectively. So any questions from your side, please?
Ma'am, we have a question from the student side.
Okay.
Ma'am, the question is how the importance of IoT and technical knowledge can any rural farmer can learn? Is there any app or training provided by the government?
From the government, they will only provide certain hardwares on the some subsidized rate, but the training, they have to reach the NAIAP center where they will guide you how to use those sensors or how to use those products. And if programming and training, it may be provided in the agriculture or like the startups with us, that we can guide them how to use it.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we have another question. Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Ma'am, farmers from Bihar, they are not able to understand these technologies due to the lack of language barrier of Hindi. So are these technologies and knowledge of these IoT sensors available in Hindi also?
Yes, the apps, they at any of the app, Android app or anywhere, they are having the language option also. So they can select that language option, and they could learn it in Hindi also.
Okay, ma'am. Matlab, all these apps and sensors are language friendly.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, do we have any limitations of these sensors?
No, no.
There are any?
Yeah, like if you are able to see my PPT, then I have just tried to take a few examples of the sensors, just few, very less. So I could show you, these are certain examples of generally we are using these kind of the sensors, like for the humidity and the temperature sensor is there. This is a rain sensor. Nowadays, even we are keeping it. It's very friendly and very handy. We could use it at
Yes,
home
ma'am.
also simply. Even this is a pH sensor which has been used in the soil for the moisturizer and all. So these are all the simple sensors which can be connected on that SoC, which I have shown you the chip, and over that, here we could connect those sensors, and it will be really, this data will be seen on your apps. It is very
Yes,
easy.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have another question.
Mm.
Ma'am, how can we motivate students?
Mm.
Students who are studying agriculture or some other profession. How can we motivate them to opt for agripreneurship, and especially in this IoT sector?
See, now this is a very vast area. Now the agriculture domain is very open.
Yes, ma'am.
So they can, and the tools are available. Even the technology they can learn. There are the lots of different languages which are available. And then now with this, and there is for, as per as the investment and financial things are concerned, it's very friendly now. So they can go with these kind of the developments, and they can take the help from the government, and they can use these products. They can create these products also.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have come to know from your presentation that these are very helpful for the
Mhm.
farmers. If some farmers they are not capable of affording it, do
Mhm.
government provide any incentives or any
They are
programs through which?
yeah, as I said, they are giving some things on the subsidized rate, and they are allowing the farmers to buy it. And that's why in the agriculture universities also they are helping them. And as a private consultants, as we are there as a technical consultant also, so we are helping the farmers to guide it how to use. And we are providing certain testing, then training for them how to use it in the farms. Once we have trained them, once we have demonstrated them, then
Yes,
they
ma'am.
can use it comfortably with the help of the apps. They do not need to learn any language and all. Just with the simple apps they can control it. Nowadays you might have been heard that we can control all these water motors and everything from the app itself. Even the solar energy, how much has been consumed, how we can turn it on and off, everything could be controlled through the apps. So it's easy.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have one last question from my side. Other questions will be asked by the participants themselves.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you tell us about any 5 IoT sensors that are used in agriculture? Any
Uh,
5 IoT sensors?
yeah, actually I have shown it just now in front of you. The sensors are there.
Yes, ma'am.
All these are the sensors used. Particularly the certain companies even are using it, and they are trying to develop it for
Yes.
the, especially for the drones, for that detecting of your diseases. They are trying to, like a camera, then your GPS. So all these are the all these are the sensors, all these are the IoT tools.
Okay, ma'am. Now I request all the participants, they can raise their hands and interact with the respected speaker if they want any information on the sensors.
Yeah, please go ahead with the question. I could see the raised hands.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, actually, how much cost generally it will take place? Like you have shown in, on the screen 4 sensors. Generally, how much cost will it will there, ma'am? If we want to buy
Uh, if you're talking about all
cost.
these soil sensors and all,
Yes, ma'am.
it
This
is
four
it is
types
it
of.
is really very less price. Like you could say in some hundreds, it's not much costly. Only where we are placing it, the hardware board of Arduino or the Raspberry Pi and the app, it may cost you, but
Okay,
the
overall
sensor
setup, ma'am. Actually, I sorry.
overall setup may cost you for around 50,000 and all.
Achha. Ma'am, in Hyderabad, you will train us, ma'am, or you are only just a consultancy in the Hyderabad?
No, no, no. I'm running my company in Hyderabad. It's working over these all IoTs and apps.
Ma'am, can you place this slide where your contact details you have shown? Ma'am?
Yeah,
Can you?
sure.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, we have one question.
Okay.
Is there any internship available for agriculture plant protection PG students where they can learn about the sensors in more depth? Any internship your company is providing?
Yeah, we are providing. Actually, we did it in this NH Pina Parvani also. So even in the company, we are providing the internship. So if you want to, then you can mail me or you can send the request on my phone number also.
Yes, ma'am. We will also share ma'am's PPT in the group. Anybody who wants any information regarding the sensors, ma'am's contact number and all the details will be shared in the group.
Yeah, please go ahead with the questions. There are so many hands has been raised.
If anybody want to ask any question, you can unmute yourself, participants, and ask directly ma'am about the questions.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, my question is that, ma'am, nowadays our farmers are not much aware about all these sensors things. Ma'am, how could we appreciate them, or how could we recognize them to appreciate on all these things? Ma'am, how can we aware them to participate on such things?
From my angle and from my side, I would like, and I do that generally, that if you'll go to them and demonstrate them, then and then only they may generate an interest, and they may understand what is the actual value and how helpful it is. So putting that's what I said. All these students who are trying to be in the agriculture domain and they are creating certain projects related to the IoT or any of the technology used in agriculture, my really request to them is go to the farmers in their own field, and the both the things will be happening. You can test your project as well as you can convince them or you can show them how helpful it is. So that is only communication, and showing them is only the I think it will be the best solution to come up with the technology.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we have another question.
Okay.
Ma'am, as data science for IoT, SASS and other technologies are very helpful for the farmers, but how can they afford it?
The same thing I would like to say that afford and the technology, everything cannot be done by the individual farmer. So they may have to take the help of certain centers or the agricultural universities. Through them we can provide them the trainings. Through them we can provide certain guidance, and then and then only it will be helpful, and then they can afford it. Directly with this they cannot afford. They have to go for the subsidized rates.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as we see that there is already a much hype about the drones in the agriculture sector,
Yeah.
and our team is also going to announce and introduce another training program upon the drones.
Okay.
Ma'am, do you think that IoT sensors are able to, come in India? This technology will be adopted in India by 2025. Drone has already taken so much place in the agriculture. Do you think IoT sensors can do that?
Yes, definitely. Because only the drone will not work. It definitely needs the sensors.
Yes, ma'am.
So from where it will collect the data? So we have to put the sensors on the soil or near the plants, near the crops. Then and then only this drone can sense it. Then and then only it can read the data. So this will go hand by hand. It won't go individually. So definitely the sensors and all these tools will take a part within all these 1 or 2 years.
Sure, ma'am.
I could say certain chats and somebody has asked the question, what is the difference between or Arduino and Raspberry Pi? As I said, the Arduino is a board. It is the microcontroller board, and this Raspberry Pi is a microprocessor. They have their own IDs. So it is the basic difference actually. Technically, it is the basic difference. Their own ID through their own interfaces, we are controlling this. So Arduino is basically it is a board, and then Raspberry Pi is a we could say it as a microprocessor. So this is the basic difference. Another question I could see that for 10 acres land, how many sensors are required? See what kind of the sensors you want to use and where you want to place it. Depending upon that, you could decide how many sensors could be used. Like if you are generally, we are putting the sensor at some distance. So you don't need all over the field, you have to spread up with the sensors. So if you want to keep it along with the crops, then you need a number, the different number of the sensors. And if you are putting just as a humidity and soil, humidity in the soil or the moisture in the soil, then definitely few sensors will work for it.
Ma'am, are there any sensors, any appropriate sensors which are available for dairy or livestock management practices?
For dairy or we could say that for individually, I don't think there will be the particular sensors which are used, but on the chip, we can, on certain Arduino chip and all, we can develop it.
Okay, ma'am.
Only hygienic sensors could be available. How much is it is hygiene and all, those sensors are available. Okay.
I would request and all our participants, if they have any question regarding today's session, they can ask ma'am. Ma'am will be available for coming 5 minutes with us.
Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am, please tell us how much it's difficult in India to aware marginal farmers about the benefit of these technologies. As an extension worker, or we can say awareing at the village or
I'm sorry, I could not hear you completely. It's I think it's a breakage of your voice.
Mana na gama duk da suka ban a gurin Mubarak na ga duk ba su da kyau. Ko ba shi cash check cash
Ma'am, we have
Yeah.
a question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, as we know that it's how much difficult in India it is to aware marginal or small farmers about the benefit of these technologies as an extension worker. How can we aware them at block or village level?
That is the what I said just now. It is the big challenge actually. This is one of the challenge when we are using the technology, when we are using the IoTs, then this is what we have to face. As a
Yes,
startup
ma'am.
also we are facing it, like we have to go to the farms and then we have to convince them that it will be beneficial, it won't be much expensive and everything. So only the communication, the physical communication only will work, not like we are putting them on the only talks and all. It won't work. We have to go there physically, we have to demonstrate then, and then only they may get convinced.
Yes, ma'am. Because India's farmers are already quite, we can say resource deficient or poor,
Exactly.
and their ideology is also very stereotypic. They don't
Yes.
want to move to
And
any new technology.
No, because they are not aware of it. They are
Yes,
thinking
ma'am.
it's not our cup of tea. We cannot handle. We cannot do that, and it's like it's none of our business. It's
Yes,
not
ma'am.
for us.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we
So
have to
first
tell
we
them.
need to we need to change their mindset.
Really.
After that, we can arrange some sources for them.
Demonstrative sources.
Yes, ma'am. First,
But nowadays, even we could see that, even I have gone through that.
Yes,
When we have developed certain apps, which is the weather related or it was for the diseases. So they are, whoever are using now, even the young people, the farmers are also young people. So they are adopting it.
Yes,
They are
ma'am.
asking why, even though if our app is not working for a day also, then they are really sending us the messages, what is happening, why we are not getting the accurate data and all. So it's a quite good now. It's if we are comparing it in the 1.5 year, then really it has been changed, and I must appreciate for that.
Ma'am, your company is also in collaboration or in contact with the farmers. Are those farmers young entrepreneurs, or they above 50 age?
Yeah, they are the traditional, even the traditional farmers, but for the next generations, they are really working on it now. They want to make it as a like, as I said, the smart farms. They want to go for that. They want to go for the greenhouses. They want to go for the sensors and everything they want to install, so that even the human efforts will be little bit of reduced.
Yes, ma'am. So from your talk, I can now imagine, I am now getting that Hyderabad farmers are already on this, way of changing their farms from.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening.
Ma'am, I just want to ask a few questions. मैम जैसे हाइड्रोपोनिक्स फार्म है तो जनरली उसमें आईओटी सेंसर्स हम यूज करते हैं, बहुत सारी कंपनीज है हमारे नॉर्थ इंडिया में, जैसे फार्मिंग वेव वगैरह 2-3 है फेमस। तो स्टार्टिंग में इनिशियल कॉस्ट जो हमारे सेंसर्स का है या उस हमारे एक हाइड्रोपोनिक्स फार्म का एक पूरा ऑटोमेट करने का पूरा सेंसर्स कॉस्ट है, या कह सकते हैं लॉजिस्टिक जो भी कॉस्टिंग आ रही है हमारी, इधर इट इज 1 लाख और 2 लाख। So being as an farmer or being as an entrepreneur, starting initial budding entrepreneur, so हमारी इनिशियल कॉस्ट सेंसर्स और उसको ऑटोमेट करने की सपोज 2 से 2.5 लाख आ रही है। अगर हम प्रैक्टिकली देखा जाए, बिकॉज अगर हमारे पास 2 फार्मर्स हैं, एक रूरल फार्मर है जो नॉलेज नहीं रखता है और एक हमारा एक यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर है जो इसमें आना चाह रहा है, तो अगर प्रैक्टिकली देखा जाए, हमने 2.5 से 3 लाख रुपए सेंसर्स पे ही लगा दिए हैं और इससे हम चेक कर सकते हैं लाइक कि कितना न्यूट्रिएंट जाएगा, कितना हमारा एनपीके, मैक्रोज, माइक्रोज और टेम्परेचर और ह्यूमिडिटी एंड ऑल द थिंग्स। सो कितना फर्टिलाइजर या कितना पेस्टिसाइड या हम कितनी सेविंग इससे कर सकते हैं, मतलब बीइंग एज एन, अगर हम इसको प्रैक्टिकली लेके चलें एज एन रिसर्च टॉपिक। सो आपका क्या व्यू है, बिकॉज आपका ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है, आपको लगता है कि प्रैक्टिकली एक फार्मर इसको अडॉप्ट करेगा? मतलब स्टार्टिंग में हम उसको अवेयर करके लगवा देंगे, ठीक है जी, लाइक ऑल कंपनीज आर डूइंग मार्केटिंग ड्रोन की तरह ही ना। अभी इनिशियल में तो आप ड्रोन के बताओगे फायदे ये हैं, पर 10 लाख का ड्रोन आपको लगता है कि वो जस्टिफाई करेगा 10 साल बाद? तो इसी तरीके से सेंसर्स को अगर हम एक फार्मर अडॉप्ट करता है, वो आपकी बात समझ जाता है कि हाँ सेंसर्स आर बेनिफिशियल फॉर द फार्मर, उससे आपकी सेविंग हो रही है। बट अगर हम उसको प्रैक्टिकली देखें, क्या उतने 2.5-3 लाख के उसके फर्टिलाइजर्स और उसके पेस्टिसाइड सेव हो रहे हैं? मतलब अगर आपने वहां पे साउथ में इसके इम्प्लीमेंट करा है
I won't say 100%, 100% भी नहीं बोलती हूँ मैं, बट अगर मैं बोलती हूँ 20% भी आपका yield अगर उससे improve हो रहा है,
जी
then definitely you have to go for it. जैसे आप अगर ड्रोन तो सब्सिडाइज रेट पे मिल रहे हैं, फिर हम लोग ट्रेनिंग भी दे रहे हैं हाउ टू यूज इट, क्योंकि हमारा प्रेजेंस वहां पे जरूरी नहीं होना है, ये सोच के हम लोग ट्रेनिंग देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. So that time, farmers can use it on their own. So at some extent, we are trying to make them independent.
ओके.
तो अगर आप दूसरे कंट्रीज का भी, जो मेरे पास स्टैटिस्टिक्स भी है, या वी कुड से द टॉप एग्रीकल्चर, they are using the IoT tools or the technologies. So as usual, it is like China is always on the top for these things. क्योंकि वो लोग वो अडाप्ट कर रहे हैं. देन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स है, एंड हैप्पीली वी कुड से, आई नीड नॉट टू टेल बिकॉज ऑल दीज आर द फार्मर्स एंड एग्रीकल्चरल पीपल हु आर सिटिंग ओवर देयर, बट इंडिया इज ऑन फोर्थ. So who is doing all this? After the Brazil, we are on the fourth place where we are trying to adopt the things. We are trying to adopt the technology. So somehow you are getting that yield, definitely.
One more thing I want to ask, like being as a director of IoT or tech company, हम इसको, बिकॉज अगर हम इसके बिजनेस मॉडल की बात करें या हम इसको एज ए एंटरप्रेन्योर भी बात करें, बिकॉज इंडिया में मार्जिनल फार्मर हमारा जो 1 to 5 एकर्स वाले वो बहुत ज्यादा है, मतलब है ही वही है हमारे 90% की बात करें. इस मॉडल को या इस टेक्नोलॉजी को हम मासेस में कैसे लेके जा सकते हैं मैम? जैसे स्टेट्स की बात करें, हमारे पंजाब में कह लो कि एजुकेटेड है फार्मर, साउथ में एजुकेटेड है, महाराष्ट्र में लिटिल बिट है, बट जो हमारी 4-5 स्टेट्स हैं, राजस्थान, मध्य प्रदेश, बिहार, यूपी, ये 4-5 स्टेट्स का जो फार्मर है ना, तो वो इतनी जल्दी टेक्नोलॉजी को अडेप्ट करता है, ना ही वो सुनने को तैयार है. ठीक है ना. एक माइंड सेटअप ये लग गया, एक मिथ है कि हमें तो ये अडॉप्ट करना ही नहीं है ना, ये तो बस, जैसे वो हमने 3 लॉज में देखा था, ये एक मिथ ही बना हुआ है कि हाँ ये बस कॉर्पोरेट है, इनको बस अपना प्रोडक्ट बेचना है, हमारे फायदे का नहीं है, हम ट्रेडिशनल चीजों से निकल ही नहीं पा रहे हैं. ठीक है. सो आपके लिए ये जो एक टेक बेस्ड कंपनी है, इसको रन करना और इसको मासेस तक लेके जाना, बिकॉज पॉली हाउसेस कितने के लगते हैं ना, हम भी देखते हैं प्रैक्टिकली, और वो अगर कोई लगा भी रहा है, वो सक्सेसफुल कितने हो रहे हैं आगे, वो बहुत कम है रेशो. तो इसको आप कैसे देखते हो फ्यूचर, मतलब 2025 2030 तक क्या देखा जा सकता है कि क्या हमारा इंडिया अडॉप्ट कर जाएगा इस सिस्टम को, ड्रोन्स को, टेक को? क्या एग्रीकल्चर यूएस के तरह हमारा ट्रांसफॉर्म हो सकता है? मतलब आपकी क्या व्यूज हैं इसके ऊपर? मतलब हाउ मच इट इज डिफिकल्ट?
इट इज रियली डिफिकल्ट. मैं अगर प्रैक्टिकली बात करूं तो इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि हम लोग वो लोगों को कन्विंस कर पाए या वो लोगों को उसके एडवांटेजेस बोल पाए. तो वो सिर्फ हम लोग जब उन लोग को बता रहे हैं तो दे आर हैप्पी, बट दे आर नॉट रेडी टू अडॉप्ट. दे आर सेइंग कि हाँ हम लोगों को समझ में आया एंड वी आर हैप्पी, वी कुड अंडरस्टैंड, बट वी डोंट वांट. तो ये जो डोंट वांट का जो है, दैट वी आर रियली ट्राइंग टू कन्वर्ट देम कि you for that the major part is again cost, as you said. So we are trying to tell them we are getting all these things from the government and then we are providing you, so you just keep this on trying for 1 month, 2 months, or 1 season, especially you keep on trying, and then if you don't like, then we will take out our sensors and we will leave. So this is what we are trying.
ये हमारा कल को, बिकॉज अगर मैं एक एज ए कहूँ कि मेरी भी कंपनी है, सपोज अगर करें, तो ये कहीं कल को क्लास प्रोडक्ट ना बन जाए ना, कि जिसके पास 10 एकड़ हैं, जिसके पास 20 एकड़ हैं, जिसके पॉली सिर्फ वही लगाएं. अगर हम वैसा देखें तो फिर इस बिजनेस को हम लॉन्ग टर्म नहीं चला सकते. ड्रोन्स में भी यही दिक्कत है. अगर ड्रोन्स आप सिर्फ सब्सिडाइज, मतलब गवर्नमेंट कितनी देर सपोर्ट करेगी, 2 साल 3 साल 5 साल देखेगी कितना है, 5,000 करोड़ 10,000 करोड़ लगा देगी, बट ड्रोन्स उसके बाद फिर फार्मर्स ग्रास रूट लेवल तक कैसे चलाएंगे ना उसको?
नहीं, बिकॉज वो लोग जब यूज कर रहे हैं तो अगेन दे आर फेसिंग द प्रॉब्लम्स.
मतलब मैं अगर पंजाब की जी मैं जैसे पंजाब की एग्जांपल लूं, अगर फार्मर कह रहा है कि मेरे को 500 रुपया लेबर वाले को देके मेरी फार्म में स्प्रे हो रहा है, मैं 5 लाख का ड्रोन क्या करूंगा? ठीक है. आप पहले तो आपका उसका माइंड सेटअप भी क्लियर कराना पड़ेगा ना कि इसमें डिफरेंस क्या है. तो वो उनको चीजें समझानी और वो फिर उसको अडॉप्ट करेंगे. फिर आप, क्योंकि उसके जो आपके पेस्टिसाइड्स हैं वो भी अलग हैं, सेम एज इट इज. अब जैसे अब अगर हम बात करें 60 to 70%, इवन 80% हमारे इंडिया का जो फार्मर है उसके पास तो एंड्रॉयड मोबाइल ही नहीं है अभी भी अगर बात करें तो एंड्रॉइड फोन ही नहीं है, तो IoT सेंसर्स वो कैसे चेक करेगा डेटा किस काम का उसके, ठीक है। और डेटा के हिसाब से वो चलते भी नहीं है ना। इंडियन फार्मर, आई डोंट थिंक कि 90% फार्मर्स दे आर ट्रैकिंग द क्लाइमेट, दे आर ट्रैकिंग द हाउ मच आई हैव टू पुट दिस फर्टिलाइजर, हाउ मच मेरी यील्ड कितनी है, वो उनको मतलब ही नहीं है ना उन चीजों से। मतलब वो एक अलग लेवल से चलते हैं। तो जब तक हमारा एक्सटेंशन जो डिपार्टमेंट है इंडिया का, या हमारा जो ICR है उसमें प्रॉपरली एक KVKs हेल्प ना करें, तब तक आई थिंक इस चीज को हम इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पाएंगे, चाहे हम 2035 तक लगे रहें।
ट्रू, एज दीज एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटीज, जो मैंने अभी कहा कि हम लोगों ने जो एप्स डेवलप किए हैं वेदर के लिए, या जो फर्टिलाइजर्स है पेस्टिसाइड्स के लिए आप कितना यूज करना है, और कितने लैंड के लिए उसका क्या प्रपोर्शन है, ये सब बोलने के लिए। बट दैट्स व्हाट आई सेड कि ये जो 1.5 year आई कुड फाइंड आउट द चेंजेस, कि वो लोग भी उसको पढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज वी आर ट्राइंग टू पुट इट इन अ रीजनल लैंग्वेज ऑल्सो, कि उनको प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना है इंग्लिश में। जैसे अभी बिहार से किसी ने कहा कि हिंदी में अवेलेबल है, तो सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू पुट इट इन अ रीजनल लैंग्वेज, कि आपको ऑप्शन मिलेगा कि इंग्लिश है, हिंदी है, या आपका रीजनल लैंग्वेज जिसमें आप उसको पढ़ पाएंगे एंड यू कैन अडॉप्ट इट। तो ये तो सिंपल ऐप की बात होगी, because it is free, you can just download and you can use. But when it comes to the sensors and drones, then definitely they have to put certain efforts and we have to convince them. पहले तो हम लोगों को convince करने के लिए efforts डालना है, and then they may get convinced. As you said, as of now it is a class product, definitely.
Okay मैम, थैंक यू। आपने बहुत अच्छे से सारे क्वेरीज मेरे सॉर्ट आउट किए, थैंक यू।
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I hope there are no more questions. If it is, then I'm there. Okay, then I think I took more time. So I must say thanks to the Just Agriculture team, and thanks for inviting me and allow me to present myself in front of such a capable and very much appreciable audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks, Apurva, for the wonderful first session of the day. Now, as our second speaker of today's session, Dr. Dinesh Chandra Chauhan sir is just joining within 5 minutes. So, rest I will request all the participants to please be active with your questions in the last when the interactive session is going on. Our speakers are giving their precious time, so please give your suggestions or any queries what you have, please interact with them. So our speaker of the session has joined. Dinesh sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Most welcome, sir. So before inviting sir, I would like to give a brief introduction of our speaker, Dr. Dinesh Kumar Chauhan sir. Sir is the Vice President of New Initiatives in DAY-8 seed industries with more than 10 lakh farmers associated with the platform DAY-8. It is a leader in the agri-tech domain, transforming agriculture with artificial intelligence, driven technology solutions, and streamlining the entire supply chain of farming sector in India. Dr. Chauhan sir is an eminent speaker, note speaker, and has long history with agriculture and agribusiness sector. Sir has a vast experience in agriculture sector for more than 22 years. And Sir has a technical background in agriculture, food technology, agribusiness management, having worked with academics, consulting sales, business, development in various multinationals and leading companies at senior management positions. Sir has done his PhD in management, MBA in agribusiness management, Masters of Science in food technology, and BSc in agriculture and animal husbandry. He is also alumnus of GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, India. Prior to DAY-8, Sir was the Indigram Group as Director Business Development and was also the Chief Operating Officer and the Director Consulting Services, Incubation and Business Development in Indian Society of Agribusiness Professionals. And Sir has also held many positions such as CEO and Director of International Agriculture Consultancy Group and also worked with corporates like Reliance, Retail, Mahindra, and many more. Sir is also the member of Advisory Board of Africa Agribusiness Alliance, AG-Tech Insight, California, Lovely Professional University, Kolkata, and working group of member of national level committees of agri startups. And Sir has also worked in India, Africa with various cross-cultural teams ranging from India, US, Australia, Israel, Africa, Chennai, Norway, Middle East, and South Asia. This was a brief introduction of our today's speaker, Dr. Dinesh Chandra Chauhan, sir. Now, over to you, sir. Please bless us with your words.
Thank you, and very good evening to all the viewers here in this session. And first of all, I would like to thank Just Agriculture for coming up with this unique concept of having a series of sessions with various experts from the industry, and inviting me in this session to share my experiences with all the audience over here, and also to brief about some of the latest innovations which we have been doing in agri sector in the recent times. So I would like to thank even Dr. Piyush Chaudhary for giving such a detailed introduction of mine, right? So, and anyway, so I am Dr. Dinesh Chauhan, and currently I am working as Vice President New Initiatives with one of the largest agri-tech startup in India, DAY-8. So my role here in DAY-8 is to explore partnerships and collaborations with various uh, other other organizations who are working in the same space, as well as I also take care of the business operation side, where I explore opportunities how FPOs can collaborate with DAY-8 and they can become partner in our journey. So we have been working with farmers across India for almost now 10 years now, and we have been currently present in various states of India. So I will not take much of the time about explaining what DAY-8 has been doing, but today a very topic which I will be speaking is digitization of farmer network. Right. So this is the topic where I will be also taking you through briefly about how DAY-8 is operating and what we are doing in the agri space with the help of technology, and what all things we are doing in terms of digitizing the farmer network and how it is actually helping in increasing the profitability of the farmers, as well as adding value to the produce, adding value to the on the output side of the business. So I would like to share my screen. Yeah. So the topic of today's discussion is digitized farmers network for food safety and sustainability. And sorry, just a second. So, so as you all know that DAY-8 is a full stack technology platform where we help connecting with the farmers through digital the digital network. We are basically working on a model where we say that we have got a phygital model where we are physically present as well as digitally connected with our customers, right? So currently for each and every player in this value chain, right from farmers till consumers, right? So there are four critical players in this entire value chain. The farmer is one stakeholder. Then there are nodes, and then there are centers, and ultimately finally there are also marketplace, right? So in case of farmers, we have got a digital solution where we connect with the farmer through a dashboard or through a farmer app. And then there is a DAY-8 center. So what is DAY-8 center exactly is all about? So DAY-8 center is basically a center which is being operated by a micro entrepreneur, and these micro entrepreneurs are identified by us in rural part of India, and typically they are the people who are actually uh, doing some kind of agriculture business operations in the remote part of India and in the rural places. And these micro entrepreneurs are assisted through DAY-8 to offer our various value add services to the farmers, right? So he is actually having a business app which is known as DAY-8 business app. Then there is a node. These nodes are typically the back office warehouse, you can say, in a district. And these nodes are run and operated by DAY-8. So these nodes are basically helping in providing all the logistic support and then all the agri inputs, etc., to all these DAY-8 centers. So typically one node will serve around roughly around 70 to 125 DAY-8 centers in a district, and this node is supported by a Wahak app and Ops app. So there is an application for the node as well as the guy who is actually connecting the node with this DAY-8 centers. Then there are various buyers and agri input companies and aggregators and output buyers who are connected with us. So these all buyers or suppliers are actually having another business app. So all these apps are interlinked with each other, and seamlessly they operate among themselves. So you can see that we are operating through physical structure as well as all these are well connected through our digital platform as well. So if we talk about the currently what DAY-8 is doing is DAY-8 is actually using the technology to serve one-stop shop solution and offer all the necessary agriculture value chain services to the farmer. So we are providing various kind of services to the farmers, like crop advisory is one of such service where we are offering agri experts advice to the farmers through the help of our call center. And then there is a farmer services where there are a lot of host of services like soil testing, and then model farms and hyper local services and home delivery of agri inputs to the farmers. Uh, then we have got a market linkage place where we are networked with various kind of wholesale buyers, and we connect them with the growers. Apart from that, we also do provide end-to-end traceability for the various commodities right from farm to fork. Then on the financial front, we are offering various financial products to the farmers like insurance and uh, crop loan, etc. And on the similar fashion, we are also connecting various all these micro entrepreneur or DAY-8 centers with various kind of financial products and services to them as well. So even our DAY-8 centers are availing financial services as well as our farmers also availing financial services through us. Then we are also offering various kind of agri inputs like seed, fertilizer, pesticide, cattle feed, farm implements, and then other equipments. So all these kind of agri inputs are also provided from local and major local and international players through our DAY-8 center network. So currently we are having more than 6,500 digitized DAY-8 collection center, and more than more than 10 lakh farmers are connected through all these DAY-8 centers, and we serve them. And roughly on an average, we are handling around 2,200 metric tons per day of agri produce is being aggregated. So if I talk about like they are building end-to-end traceability for each and every crop. So how this is happening? So it all begins from farmer at the field level, where we actually do the soil testing, and we give them the services of soil testing. On the basis of soil testing, the farmer can actually know like what is the current health status of the soil, and accordingly the entire package of practice is being designed and developed. So we are identifying the select farmers, and then we are offering him with the best of the quality seed which is being provided to them. And then the service germination of seeds is happening at the centralized nursery, you can say. Um, after that after that we are also uh, recording each and every operations which are being happening at the field level. So because of through our farmer app, the farmer can record the each and every operation which is doing, like what are the agri input he is using at the field at what level, and all these are advised through our specific localized crop advisory. So once this produce is actually grown under the specific crop advisory with the help of all kinds of quality inputs, with the optimum use of agri input, you can say, then this is being shipped to for the processing, and fresh produce reaches to the pack houses within hours under controlled condition, you can say. And um, uh, and then sorting and grading has been done, and entire all these operations which is happening from right from sowing till harvesting, and then moving to the processing unit, and from processing unit when it is shipped to the consumer shelf. So we have a tool where we can actually we record each and everything, and anyone who is buying the end produce, he can actually scan that product, and he can identify the entire journey of that produce which is there on his table. So currently, like the products which we are doing under this entire uh, traceability is available now through our branded output vertical with the name of Honest Farms. So our products are still now available on the shelves and some of the e-commerce platforms. You can go and look for Honest Farm produce, which is being produced and marketed, uh, provided to the consumers uh, through these organized retail network as well as through e-commerce platform. So this is just a small humble beginning where we are intending to actually connect our growers to the end market, right? So as you can see that when we talk about like digitization of the farmer network and how DAY-8 is playing its role, so digital and SaaS platform for value and transparency. So you can see that there the various data sources are there. So we are actually recording, providing these data points. The data points which are available with us is like farmer, and then there is a farm satellite data. Then there is a data sources from micro entrepreneur, and we get the data from the call center as well. So these are various sources of data through which we obtain the data, and these data are actually processed for various kind of inputs, right? So farm analytics and crop patterns. Then uh, then we also understand like how the crop is performing, and then on the basis of that we are also doing a lot of business intelligence, and geography predictions are being done on the basis of all these data which is processed. And then we offer various services through our DAY-8 platform. Like the services can be like traceability of agri input as well as output on the both sides. There apart from that, the crop yield forecast can be done, and then we make various kind of decision making process with the help of all these data sources. So, as I already told you, that physical and digital framework for food safety and sustainability. So, we offer exclusive set of offerings for each farmer under Dehar Sampurna program. So, what is Dehar Sampurna program? This is one of our flagship program where we onboard farmers and then offer him various set of services through this program. Like, so, there is an advisory services which are being offered, then crop services are there, then farm services and other benefits. This is a bundled package offering to all the farmers who are working with us and who are ready to undergo the partnership under this program. So there are roughly around 18 or 19 types of services which a farmer can avail when he registers himself under this program. So some of the services are listed here, like weather alert, then crop-based alert, issue-based advisory, market rate alert. So these are some of the advisory services which he gets under this program, dedicated services. Then there are crop services, whereas each and every Sampurna farmer is able to get the soil testing facility is there for him, which is free, which comes to him as a um, which comes to him as free when he registers himself under this program. Then he also gets access to the credit facility. Then spraying services are available under this program. Then they also get a lot of other premium crop insurance services. So there is a one regular kind of a crop insurance services which is available for each and every farmer who is actually buying agri input, especially the seeds through our centers. Apart from this, there are certain paid premium services which are available to these farmers under this program. Similarly, the another set of like farm services are also there under this program, like digitization of farm plots, where we actually geotag the farm plots. Then farm visits by agronomists. So there is a dedicated agronomist who also visits the farm fields of these farmers to actually see that what is actually happening on the ground. There is a dedicated relationship manager under this program. So you can see that there are host of services which are being availed by farmers through registering for this program. Apart from this, there are also additional services like the farmers get product home delivered, they get crop insurance, satellite based monitoring of the farm plots. So these are some of the services which a farmer can avail through the help of the Sampurna program. How Dehat is building sustainability to deliver environmental and social impact. So we as an organization, we are very much focused on like offer the right kind of services and to the farmers and to create a solution which is environment friendly and sustainable. So which has got lesser impact on environment and lesser impact on adverse impact on the climate change, etc. So we take all kinds of steps where we only provide the advisory or package of practices which are environment friendly and which are sustainable. And so these are some of the things which we actually keep in mind while developing the solution of crop practices to the farmers. So you can see, for as far as the environmental impact is concerned, we are emphasizing on the use of natural agri inputs to promote sustainable farming practices. Most of our farms are like global gap certified farms, on through which all this output produced, which we are marketing through our branded output, comes in. Then we also prefer to for the use of biofertilizers or plant growth regulator, which have lesser negative impact on the soil health. For example, use of biocides, biopesticides for integrated pest management. Then if we talk about product safety and zero residue impact, so we what we ensure is that safe produce with the help of maintaining equilibrium of the agriculture ecosystem. We try to do the farming where there is a residue farming, which means that the residue after applying of the agri input is not there once it reaches to the consumer's plate. So final produce is actually being tested for the client specific protocol. So who are the buyers? So on the basis of their protocol or on the basis of their requirement and set of parameters, we test each and every produce that they meet the specification of our buyers. If you talk about community relationship, then there is a livelihood improvement for farmers through assured income of our produce, We also work access to the large farmers group and SHGs. So we prefer to work with farming community directly, and especially we try to work with most of the FPOs. Then we also help in market linkages of farmers for ensuring procurement of their produce. So DAY-8 is also working. Another area where DAY-8 is working is like DAY-8 is working in driving waste reduction. So whatever crop we are processing, or we are adding value to it. So we try to ensure that each and every component of that produce is being utilized in one way or other, right? So which creates lesser impact on environment, and it also helps uh, in uh, in making the environment more sustainable and lesser pressure actually, and wastage is reduced. So for example, if we talk about like baby corn, so on the one side, the freshly harvested baby corns will goes to the retailer shelf, whereas on the leftover husk is being sold as a cattle fodder to utilize the full harvest. So we make a lot of products, like they are in the various forms like cut, steam, veg packs. Then we all whatever the byproduct is there, it is being used in some other form. So these are some of the innovative ways by which we are trying to minimize the wastages in the food value chain, right? Similarly, in the case of chilies and jalapenos as well. So if we talk about the numbers, in terms of numbers, like how far we are present and what we are doing and with whom we are working. So we are handling more than 2,000 metric ton per day of produce is being delivered to all the buyers, and then we have got more than 600 plus institutional buyer on the platform. Currently, we are working with more than 25 commodities to offer, and more than 4,000 plus agri procurers are there. If you see this map, so probably the areas which are marked yellow, we have entered into those areas as well. Like for example, like Maharashtra, MP, Gujarat, all these areas we are already present, and Gujarat we are going to start operation now. So Rajasthan we are already there, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Orissa, Jharkhand. All these places DAY-8 is currently operating. Some of our esteemed clients are like most of the organized players and retailers who are there in the market are already working with us. So this in itself is a testimony that we are actually providing good quality output to our buyers as well. If we talk about our supply network and products on offer, right? So in this map, you can see that most of the commodities we are currently handling or we are into. If you talk all the major fruits like apple, mangoes, grapes, so all these fruits we are already working. If you talk about vegetables, the major vegetables like potato, onion, tomato, garlic, ginger. So all these major kind of vegetables also we are working, and dry commodities, we are working with most of the important dry commodities, whether it is wheat, whether it is paddy, rice, maize, pulses, guar, bajra. So most of these commodities we are working, and if you talk about the geographies, we are operating in all these states, and you can see in this map the kind of commodities which we are working in and the states where we are present. So in Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal, we are doing apple, we are doing, and then potato is there. In Punjab, we are buying potato and quinoa, oranges we are doing there. So in case of UP and Bihar, we are working with all the major commodities like wheat, maize, rice, etc. Same goes with Rajasthan, MP. MP we are doing soybean and then mustard, maize, etc. Maharashtra, we are doing pomegranates, grapes, we are doing over there. And then in case of down south in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, also we are doing a lot of procurement in terms of fresh produce. So some of the, as I already told you, that we are the full stack platform. So right from seed to market. So we are into like various kind of processed food as well now. So here you can see like we have got, like in case of steam product, we have got corn. We are doing a lot of product with corn, and then with sweet potato, diced beetroot, etc. We have a lot of frozen products as well, like frozen peas, frozen corn. So these are some of the things. If you talk about processed fruits and vegetable, so where we have got purees are there, where we are doing that. Then there are a lot of other spices and condiments in which we are doing chopped and mixes, cans and retorts. We can see baby corn and then jalapeno. So these are some of the products. So all these products which we are doing is like integrated with the backward integration for any crop through traceable contract farming. So these are some of the things which we are currently doing. We are already into like export of a couple of commodities from India to Middle East and other places, Europe, etc. So this is how we are actually working. If we talk about our values and expertise, so the best quality products are delivered at the rapid pace, right from the procurement to collection center. This is how typically how the commodity moves, and we take pride ourselves to provide the near perfect services level. And we have got a huge technical expertise in terms of manpower who is handling all these operations, and as well as the technical capability of us as an organization. We also follow the ethical standards and values to make sure that there is no risk to our consumers when they consume. So this was in brief about what we are doing in terms of offering the best of the produce to to our consumers. And these are some of the accreditations and certifications, which in itself proves that the kind of quality which we are trying to maintain and offer. So you can see we have got Global Gap is there, HACCP is there, and a lot of other certifications which are required by globally as well. So all our growers are adapting to these as well. So for our backend, like we can be one of the most reliable backend player partner for the buyers who are there working with us, where we try to ensure that there is 100% fill rate for whatever order they are doing, the last mile delivery to the destination. There are a lot of benefits, like they can save a lot while working with us, and there is a complete traceability of commodities on which they are working with us. We provide 24/7 backend support in throughout the cycle, and all this is being made through sustainable agriculture practices. So this was about like what digitized farmer network services DAY-8 is being offering, and so this was in brief about what we are currently doing as an organization. And if anybody has got any specific query, if I will try to answer that if possible, and maybe if there is anything in the chat box, right? Let's see.
Thank you so much, sir. Participants, those who have any queries can drop your questions in the chat box or can raise your hand. We will unmute you from our side and you can directly ask to our speaker, sir.
हेलो
Yes, please go ahead.
सर हम लोग मशरूम का प्रोडक्शन करते हैं और उसका वैल्यू करते हैं, तो देहात क्या मशरूम में डील करती है और उसमें सपोर्ट करती है क्या? जैसे हम लोग मशरूम का उत्पादन करते हैं तो वो परचेज और सेल में हम लोगों को क्या हेल्प कर सकती है क्या?
You see again, mushroom is like we are not into mushroom as of now, right? So but we can do in the future. So आपको क्या करना होगा कि आप जहां भी हैं, अगर देहात के टोल फ्री नंबर पे आप कॉल करते हैं तो शायद आपको ये जानकारी मिल जाती है. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ओनली ऑफ मशरूम, बट ऑल द अदर आर्टिकल्स, अदर कमोडिटीज एज वेल. तो अगर हम लोग उसको कर रहे होंगे तो हम आपको बता देंगे, या कि हम ये चीज कर रहे हैं अभी और ये हमारे साथ पॉसिबिलिटी है बाहर से कनेक्ट करने की. सो दैट इज हाउ इट इज. सो मैं यही बोल सकता हूँ.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
Next, Suhani Trivedi, please ask your question.
Good morning, good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, any internships you provide to BSc Agri students or training somehow?
We keep on engaging. We keep on engaging a lot of agri graduates for internship as well as for final placement also, and you can route it through your your college through our HR maybe. So the best thing is like for internship, normally we approach to the colleges or other way around, colleges approach us. So that is one way, or maybe you can even drop a message or mail to me also, so maybe I can facilitate that. Again, it depends that which geography you are. So कई बार क्या होता है कि हमें कुछ स्पेसिफिक लोकेशन पे इंटर्न्स चाहिए होते हैं, तो अगर वो आपको, अगर उस हिसाब से, मैं यहाँ पे जितने भी लोग इंटर्न्स हैं या जो लोग बीएससी एग्रीकल्चर स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं इस प्रोग्राम में, तो मैं एक बात बोलना चाहूँगा कि खाली देहात ही नहीं, बल्कि जो भी एग्री से रिलेटेड कंपनीज हैं या ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, ये सभी लोग इंटर्न्स रखते हैं या इनको ज़रूरत होती है, और ये एक अच्छा माध्यम है एक दूसरे को जानने का और समझने का. So that gives an opportunity both for employer as well as employee to understand each other, right? So आप लोगों को अपने कॉलेज के थ्रू अप्रोच करना चाहिए इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को, और एक उसके साथ साथ आपको ये भी समझना चाहिए कि उनकी क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है. सो अगर आप उस हिसाब से उनको अप्रोच करेंगे कि जो उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट है, अगर आपका कॉलेज जो भी प्लेसमेंट सेल है वो अगर उस हिसाब से अगर अप्रोच करता है और ये पोजीशन करता है अपने आप को कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स इस चीज़ को करने के लिए सक्षम है या वो सीखना चाहते हैं या उत्सुक हैं, so then probably the organization will be happy to onboard the students of that college as an intern. So yes, we are there offering internship to the students, and but again it varies from time to time, season to season, and area to area and geography to geography. तो आप definitely लिख सकते हैं हमारे यहाँ पे, और and we will get back to you if there is a possibility.
Sir, there is one question from undergraduate student also. Sir, as you are providing training and interns to the PG students and all, in undergraduation, in the last semester of their degree course, they have to complete a 90 days industrial training program just after the RAWE program. So, do you also?
वो भी हम लोग कर सकते हैं, वो इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग में भी हम लोग.
Okay.
हाँ, वो भी हम लोग दे सकते हैं, इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग भी हम दे सकते हैं, बल्कि हम तो 3 महीने के लिए भी स्टूडेंट्स ढूंढ रहे हैं कि अगर कोई 3 महीने का बैच है तो for a longer period maybe, like now internship of 15 days doesn't make any sense, or 1 month, right? So maybe we are looking for a longer period also. But only thing जो डॉक्टर साहब मैं बोलना चाहूँगा कि अभी कुछ टाइमलाइंस और अवेलेबिलिटी का चैलेंज आ रहा है, मतलब कि जिस पीरियड में हमको इंटर्न चाहिए होता है, शायद कॉलेज उस हिसाब से अपने स्टूडेंट्स को रीडिजाइन मतलब एलोकेट नहीं कर पाता, तो वो एक कई बार चैलेंज आता है, क्योंकि जो बीएससी एग्री में जो टाइम पीरियड है जब उनको जिस सेमेस्टर में उनकी जरूरत होती है, तो आई विल आल्सो रिक्वेस्ट टू वेरियस कॉलेजेस to align themselves on the basis of the requirement of the industry as well. So if they can adjust their courses and training period accordingly, then it will be convenient for industry as well as to absorb more and more students, right? So for various kind of so उसमें क्या है कि अगर कॉलेज अगर इंडस्ट्री के साथ में इंटरैक्ट करता है और उनसे भी, जो मैंने बोला कि अगर वो समझ ले कि इनको कब रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, अगर वो अपने आप को थोड़ा उसके हिसाब से रीशेड्यूल कर लें वो लोग और प्लानिंग कर लें, तो शायद और बेहतर अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिल सकती हैं इंटर्न्स को भी.
Definitely, sir. As our participants include a large number of faculty and teachers from various state agriculture university, I hope they will get tuned with the respective industries and will schedule according to their requirement and as per the industry also.
So like for example, like different industry will have different set of requirement, right? So agriculture is a very vast area, so probably there will be an industry which will be working on post harvest side, there will be an industry which will be working on agri input side, there can be an industry which will be working on the finance side of a business model, right? So there can be a retail chain who is working all the around year, so उनका requirement कुछ अलग हो सकता है. तो सबको अपने अपने रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से अलग अलग पीरियड में जरूरत पड़ सकता है. एक एग्री इनपुट कंपनी को हो सकता है जब उसका पीक सीजन चल रहा होगा, जब उसका सीड का रिक्वायरमेंट होगा, तो साल में अगर 2 सीजन या 3 सीजन होते हैं, तो उन 2 सीजन की शुरुआत में कुछ कंपनीज को ज़्यादा बच्चों की ज़रूरत होगी। कुछ कंपनीज को शायद हो सकता है जो पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट में हो, तो जब अराइवल हो रहा होगा तब शायद उनको ज़्यादा बच्चों की ज़रूरत होगी, क्योंकि उनका शायद लोड भी ज़्यादा होगा और वो सीखने को भी उस टाइम ज़्यादा मिलेगा। So maybe you have to align yourself basis their requirement, and then it will become definitely a very good value proposition both for the college as well as for the industry also. And they might be even ready to offer a good kind of internship stipend as well. If they you see, होता क्या है कि अगर आपकी ज़रूरत के हिसाब से मैं इंटर्नशिप आपको ऑफर करता हूँ, तो शायद स्टूडेंट को इतना फायदा नहीं होगा, लेकिन अगर आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ज़रूरतों के हिसाब से भी उसको अलाइन करते हैं, तो आई थिंक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल बी हैप्पी टू प्रोवाइड देम वेरी गुड handsome stipend as well, and then the students will have more opportunity to prove themselves, and then it becomes easier for the final placement of these students themselves, right? So वो एक that it becomes a stepping ground, or maybe वो एक relationship establish करने के लिए अच्छा opportunity रहता है, and even organizations prefer to absorb at least कई बार क्या होता है कि जो undergraduate students हैं, तो शायद उनमें पोटेंशियल होता है, तो मे बी इवन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के प्रेफर देम ओवर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द रिक्वायरमेंट, राइट? So but only thing is that they have to they will do that only when they know that particular student has worked under some of the team vertical heads, तो जो उसकी टीम में जिसके अंडर में उसने काम किया है, तो अगर उसके पास कोई वैकेंसी आती है, तो डेफिनेटली वो चाहेगा कि उस बच्चे को पहले प्रेफरेंस देना चाहेंगे वो लोग, या उस कॉलेज के बच्चों को, तो कॉलेज को समझने का भी मौका मिलता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को।
Sir, can you just specify what will be the criteria for the farmers or the producers to get registered with DAY-8?
ऐसा कोई क्राइटेरिया फार्मर के लिए, तो हमारे लिए कोई भी क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, कोई भी फार्मर आके हमारे साथ जुड़ सकता है। तो मेरे लिए तो हर किसान बराबर है, चाहे वो बड़ा किसान है चाहे छोटा किसान है, तो ऐसा कोई भी क्राइटेरिया नहीं है फार्मर को हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए, और दे आर ऑल वेलकम। वी हैव गॉट आवर टोल फ्री नंबर, हमारा ऐप है। बस ये चीज़ है कि अगर वहाँ पे देहात सेंटर होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर वहाँ हमारा प्रेजेंस नहीं है, मान लीजिए, तो आज की तारीख में करेंटली वी आर वर्किंग विद almost 160 districts in India. So all the major states and districts are covered as of now, and we are growing as well. So all the major like districts of UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, उड़ीसा, झारखंड, इन सब जगहों पे हम लोग हैं। तो अगर वहाँ पे अगर वो किसान है और वो हमारे साथ जुड़ना चाहता है, तो हमारा जो टोल फ्री नंबर है वो उनको कॉल कर सकते हैं, और हमारी वेबसाइट पे भी वो मिल जाएगा, और वहाँ से उनको जानकारी मिल जाएगी, या जो नियरेस्ट देहात सेंटर है वो वहाँ जाके भी बात कर सकते हैं और वो रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं। And what the best part is that कि once you register, so then and once you download your देहात ऐप, जो फार्मर एप्लीकेशन है, अगर वो डाउनलोड कर लेता है, तो उसके बाद उसको लोकलाइज्ड उसके एरिया के हिसाब से उसको जानकारी मिलनी शुरू हो जाती है। तो everyone is open. So it is not like that I am there for a farmer who has got 1 acre of land or 2 acre of land, and I am not there for half a acre of land. So if he has got 50 acre also, he is a farmer for me. If he has got 0.5 acre land also, he is a farmer for me.
Sir, can you just differentiate to our participants that how DAY-8 is different from the traditional agriculture unheard system in India?
तो देखिए, जो अभी इंडिया के अंदर में क्या है कि ट्रेडिशनली जो एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस थी, so most of them were like from generation to generation, and informal system of informal flow of information was there, and most of the time it was not scientifically verified that the practices which we are doing are actually correct or not. And then also uh, on the other side, what was happening was that there was lack of information, and then there was lack of correct information, and there was lack of availability of inputs. So information भी एक तरह का input है, उसी तरह से एग्री के बाकी inputs भी हैं, और उसमें सही और गलत में पहचान करना बड़ा मुश्किल है, और जेन्युइन प्रोडक्ट कई बार लोगों को नहीं मिलता है, और जानकारी नहीं मिलती है सही, और फार्मर का जो पैसा है वो खर्च भी होता है और वो सही जगह पे नहीं जाता, और उसके बाद उसको रिटर्न उस हिसाब से नहीं मिलता। तो इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज नेसेसरी, for example, to use more fertilizer to get more yield, right? So maybe you can get the better yield or better health of the crop by using lesser fertilizer, right? So लेकिन अगर आपने उसकी जानकारी नहीं है, आपने टेस्ट कराया नहीं हुआ है, आपको मालूम नहीं है कि सॉइल में क्या चाहिए, तो आप तो वही डाल रहे हैं जो आपको किसी ने बोला है, या आपके बगल में कोई करता आ रहा है, या आप पहले से उसको करते आ रहे हैं. Eventually, what is happening by all these agriculture practices, your health is deteriorating of the soil, and you are not able to get the right kind of yield, right? And either right kind of yield, or maybe once you are not using the right kind of seed, so you are going to use more input in further operations. Still, you won't be able to get the right kind of produce. अपोज दैट. तो अगर गलत बीज ही डाल दिया तो उसके बाद आप कुछ भी करते रहेंगे तो ज्यादा पैसे खर्च होने के बाद भी शायद रिटर्न नहीं मिलेगा. तो काफी सारी चीजें हैं जो साइंटिफिकली व्हेन वी डू एंड वी डू विद द हेल्प ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, तो बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी हैं जिसकी जानकारी अगर मुझे पहले से हो जाए तो शायद बहुत सारे नुकसान से बचा जा सकता है. और उसके अलावा अगर मान लीजिए कि जैसे अभी मैं बात करता हूँ कि अपना जो हमने अभी इंश्योरेंस की बात करते हैं, तो एनीबडी हु इज प्रोक्योरिंग एग्री इनपुट फ्रॉम देहात सेंटर, और अगर मान लीजिए कि कोई वो देहात में आके सीड खरीदता है, तो उसके साथ में उसको बाय डिफॉल्ट सीड इंश्योरेंस जाता है. तो वंस इट गोज बाय डिफॉल्ट दैट सीड इंश्योरेंस, सो व्हाट हैपेंस दैट अगर मान लीजिए कल को कोई वेदर एडवर्सरी होती है उस लोकेशन में, तो उसके लिए उसको मेरे पास कोई आके कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. वी कॉम्पनसेट हिम इफ देयर इज एनी डेविएशन फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल वेदर कंडीशन, and he will be compensated according to the amount of produce he purchased in that program. तो वो उसको आए बगैर ही हम कॉम्पनसेट कर देते हैं. तो मतलब उसको पता भी, अगर मान लीजिए कि अगर वहां पे वेदर चेंज हुआ और वेदर चेंज मतलब ऐसा हुआ कि जो कि नॉर्मल नहीं है, और उसको उससे नुकसान होता है, तो उसकी भरपाई उस इंश्योरेंस की वजह से हो जाती है, जो कि नॉर्मली अगर वो किसी और रिटेलर से यहाँ से करता है तो उसको वो नहीं मिलता है वैल्यू एड सर्विस. So this is just a very small example of the value add services which we get, and this is different from the प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना. ठीक है, तो वो एक अलग चीज है जो वहां मिलती है. यहाँ पे हम जो आप हमारे यहाँ से बीज लेके जा रहे हैं, तो उसका उतनी वैल्यू का कॉम्पनसेशन आपको मिल जाता है, और वो पूरे सीजन में कभी भी अगर ह्यूमिडिटी, टेम्परेचर, रेनफॉल, इन चीजों के स्टैंडर्ड, एंड दिस आर ऑल लाइक टेक्नोलॉजिकली वेटेड, तो वो मतलब हम इंफॉर्मेशन खुद वेट कर लेते हैं और उसके हिसाब से करते थे, कोई उसमें और किसी पेपर की जरूरत नहीं होती. तो पिछले सीजन में हमने कई सारे किसानों, कई हजार किसानों को ने इसका फायदा लिया था, और अब की बार शायद उसकी वजह से जिन किसानों ने उसको फायदा लिया, तो अब की बार शायद वो ज्यादा, मतलब दे आर कमिंग मोर, एंड दे आर सेटिस्फाइड बाय यूजिंग दैट सर्विस, and we are also happy that with the help of that tool we were able to actually help in adding value to the lives of some of the farmers.
Thank you so much, sir, for addressing all the various queries of our participants. I'm sure you have delivered a very nice lecture, and all the participants are totally satisfied with your response to the queries. And indeed, for the number of participants of undergraduate, PG and PhD students, those who are interested for pursuing any training in an intern in your collaboration with your DAY-8, they will definitely approach you, the faculty members also. Thank you so much, sir, for giving a wonderful presentation on our platform. Thanks to you, sir, once again. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, dear participants, moving ahead with the third session of today's presentation, I would like to invite Himani Gautam ma'am to please carry forward from you. Himani ma'am, please.
Hello, sir. I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, thank you, Dr. Chauhan and Dr. Piyush. It was indeed a very wonderful session, and very warm good evening to everyone present over here. Myself, Himani Gautam, Vice President, Just Agriculture, the magazine, and on the behalf of SCOST Kashmir, Just Agriculture and Agro-Environmental Education and Farmers Welfare Society, Punjab, I welcome you all in this training program, which is embellished by the presence of dignitaries and respected personalities. So now, taking the program to the next segment, I would like to invite our next guest speaker, Dr. Shama Afroz Zaidi. She is Senior Manager, Research and Development with Aries Agro Limited. And before inviting ma'am to deliver her insightful talk, I would like to introduce ma'am to our participants. So ma'am has completed BSc in Botany with Vocational Biotechnology, MSc in Plant Biotechnology from Ram Narayana Ruyas College, Mumbai, and ma'am has done PhD in Botany. So during the post graduation, ma'am has secured fourth rank, and ma'am has received various scholarships during her studies, which include JRD Tata Scholarship, Ratan Tata Scholarship, and the College Scholarship in MSc. So Dr. Shama Zaidi is currently working as Senior Manager Research and Development with the Aries Agro Limited, which I have already mentioned. So she is a resource person and organizer for one-day workshop and short-term certificate courses in organic gardening, hydroponics, and landscaping. So previously, ma'am has worked as assistant professor in greenhouse management as a lecturer in the Department of Herbal Science, as a marketing executive in Young Buzz India Limited, and a career guidance, which is a career guidance company. So ma'am has also worked as an associate data manager in Zypher Pharmaceuticals India Private Limited. So ma'am has attended numerous seminars and conferences on nanotechnology, research methodology, new horizons in green chemistry, biotechnology, and many more. Ma'am has attended various projects and trainings, which includes 2 days training program in greenhouse and exotic vegetable cultivation, and journal greenhouse management, which is a 1 week training program. And ma'am has also attended a 1 week training program on the basics of nanotechnology and its applications, and many more. So ma'am has numerous publication in various reputed national and international journals and magazines. So now I would like to request ma'am to enlighten our participants of Agriculture 4.0 with her vast knowledge. So welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Himani?
Yeah, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for the introduction, and good evening to all the participants. Before I actually start talking before the topic that I am allotted today, I would like to introduce myself. As she's already said, I'm working for Aries Agro Limited. A little bit information about my company. We are into nutrients, agricultural nutrients, especially chelated, customized crop-specific nutrients. And we've been into this sector for the past 5 decades and have around 108 products. And we cater to almost 108 crops as well. Presence in all states of India. Hydroponics was quite a recent venture, and we've also started dealing with hydroponic nutrients. So my talk today is going to be based more on nutrient formulations which are used in hydroponics and how do we exactly design those nutrients. So if I can, should I start?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Oh, okay. Let me just share my presentation. Okay, is it visible, Himani?
Yeah, ma'am, it's visible. Kindly put it on.
Yeah, I'm putting it on slideshow. Yeah, one second. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so basically, okay, thank you. So basically today I'm going to just take you very quickly through hydroponics. I'm sure a lot of you over here will be well aware of this technique of hydroponics. If not, I'll give you a brief introduction how this is done. And recently there has been a lot of news and a lot of hype around hydroponics, some unanswered questions, some misinterpretations, misconceptions. I'll try to clear all those. So basically, what you have to understand is that in hydroponics, locally or as a common person understands it, it is soilless cultivation. So that means you grow crops without using soil. So just to understand what is soil and why is it so important to grow crops. The common definition of soil is that it is a surface material. We all know it's the surface material on the earth. And it has various components, okay, which has got inorganic particles. It is very important. It has got organic matter, okay, that helps you to grow crops. Now, if you try to understand the function of soil in crop growth, 2 important functions. One is it holds the roots together. That is, it gives the support to the plants to grow vertically. And second is it is the medium that holds the water and nutrients for the roots to absorb. So these are 2 most important functions at the functions of soil when it comes to crop growth. Now, if you want to grow crops without soil or without using soil, okay, you have to still ensure कि ये दोनों जो soil के important functions है, it is taken care of. यानी आपको plant root को support तो देना ही है, otherwise they're not going to grow vertically. तो you have to ensure कि अगर आप soil नहीं भी use कर रहे हो, तो structural support आपको plants को देना है. और दूसरा, जो न्यूट्रिशन प्लांट्स को चाहिए ग्रो होने के लिए वो आपको प्रोवाइड करना है, वेदर यू यूज सॉइल और नॉट। ओके, तो जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि प्लांट्स को ग्रो करने के लिए कॉमनली वी ऑल नो दिस इज नथिंग न्यू, you need water, you need the plants need some kind of a container, some kind of a space to grow. Definitely they need sunlight. Okay, now let me not use the word sunlight, let me just use the word light. I'll come to it later why I am replacing sunlight with just light. Okay, so they need light to grow, they need water to grow, they need some space, some kind of a container. They don't grow in air, so they need some space to grow, the right temperature. Okay, and food over here means nutrients. Okay, also time and air here signifies that certain crops grow only in certain seasons. Okay, and air is the humidity and all that is maintained due to the atmosphere. Now if I have to compare soil versus soilless, okay, soil में आपको light चाहिए. Okay, and in soil you use sunlight जो naturally available. लेकिन जैसे ही आप सॉइललेस में जाते हो, आप सनलाइट भी यूज कर सकते हो और आप आर्टिफिशियल लाइट्स भी यूज कर सकते हो. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई आई रिप्लेस द वर्ड sunlight with only light. Okay, so there are examples, there are instances where people are growing crops but वहां पे जरा भी sunlight नहीं है, but there is some sort of a light source. Then coming to temperature, okay, दोनों जगह पे सॉइल में भी टेम्परेचर चाहिए और सॉइलस में भी टेम्परेचर चाहिए, लेकिन टेम्परेचर कैसे चाहिए? एज पर द प्लांट रिक्वायरमेंट. विंटर क्रॉप्स को लिए विंटर ही चाहिए, समर क्रॉप्स के लिए समर ही चाहिए. अगर आप ग्रीन हाउस भी यूज कर रहे हो, आप ड्रास्टिकली टेम्परेचर मॉडिफिकेशंस नहीं कर सकते. फूड यानी न्यूट्रिएंट्स, दोनों जगह पे आपको न्यूट्रिएंट्स देने हैं, चाहे आप सॉइल यूज कर रहे हो चाहे आप इसको सॉइललेस ग्रो कर रहे हो. ओके, दोनों मेजर एंड माइनर न्यूट्रिएंट्स, आई विल कम टू इट. यानी कुछ न्यूट्रिएंट्स उनको ज्यादा मात्रा में लगते हैं, कुछ उनको कम मात्रा में लगते हैं, बट लगते हैं और आपको दोनों ही प्रोवाइड करने हैं. रूम टू ग्रो मतलब आपको कैसे काइंड का स्पेस चाहिए, या तो आप ओपन फील्ड में ग्रो कर रहे हो, या तो आपने बेड्स बनाए हो, या तो आपने ग्रो बैग्स रखे हैं, या तो आपने पॉट्स रखे हैं, या फिर आपने कोई चैनल्स यूज किया है जैसे हम सॉइललेस में आजकल यूज करते हैं, तो वो भी चाहिए होते हैं. वाटर चाहिए जैसा प्लांट का रिक्वायरमेंट है. समर सीजन है तो हम इरिगेशन का फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ा देते हैं, विंटर है तो हम थोड़ा कम कर देते हैं, रेनी सीजन में वैसे जिस हिसाब से जैसी क्रॉप की नीड है उस हिसाब से हम फॉलो करते हैं. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड हाइड्रोपोनिक्स. ओके, व्हाट इज हाइड्रोपोनिक्स, why are people turning towards hydroponics, and how do you do it, the basic understanding. तो फर्स्ट इज, एक बात समझ लीजिए कि इट्स अ ऑल्टरनेट ग्रोइंग टेक्निक, कोई मैजिक नहीं है. ओके, इट्स अ ऑल्टरनेट ग्रोइंग टेक्निक जो आप सॉइल में फॉलो करते हो, आपको वो सारी चीजें आपको वो हाइड्रोपोनिक्स में भी फॉलो करनी है. जो बेसिक प्लांट रिक्वायरमेंट है इन टर्म्स ऑफ लाइट, इन टर्म्स ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन रिक्वायरमेंट, इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्पेस, इन टर्म्स ऑफ सर्टेन इंटरकल्चरल ऑपरेशंस जो होते हैं, जैसे आपको कटिंग करना है, आपको ग्राफ्टिंग करना, सो वो सारी चीजें सेम रहेगी, सिर्फ आपकी टेक्निक चेंज हो गई है. ओके, बहुत लोग हाइड्रोपोनिक्स को ऑर्गेनिक के साथ कंफ्यूज करते हैं, वो ऑर्गेनिक नहीं है, इट इज हाइड्रोपोनिक. इसमें आप ऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट्स, पीपल अभी हैव स्टार्टेड यूजिंग सर्टेन ऑर्गेनिक न्यूट्रिएंट्स लाइक कंपोस्ट टी, या फिर कुछ सीवीड एक्सट्रैक्ट्स, या कुछ ह्यूमिक लिक्विड ह्यूमिक प्रोडक्ट्स दे हैव स्टार्टेड यूजिंग, बट इट इज स्टिल नॉट what do you say certified organic, and as I told you it is not magic. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने सीड डाल दिया और वो उग जाएगा क्योंकि आपने हाइड्रोपोनिक आप करो, नहीं. जितनी देखभाल आपको सॉइल में करनी है, आपको उतनी देखभाल हाइड्रोपोनिक्स में भी करनी है. देयर आर सर्टेन एडवांटेजेस ओवर रेगुलर और कन्वेंशनल ग्रोइंग, बट यस इट इज नॉट मैजिक. ओके, अब हम क्यों करना चाहिए, एडवांटेजेस क्या है? इम्प्रूव्ड न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ, हम जो भी न्यूट्रिशन सॉइल में डालते हैं, ओके, फॉर ग्रोइंग प्लांट्स, उसके दो चीजें होती है, या तो रूट उसको अपटेक करते हैं, या तो समटाइम्स वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स जो है सॉइल पार्टिकल्स के साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं. और जब वो सॉइल पार्टिकल्स के साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं तो वो रूट के लिए अवेलेबल नहीं होते हैं. ओके, देन इट बिकम्स अनअवेलेबल टू द रूट्स. इसके लिए क्या होता है, मेनी ऑफ टाइम्स पीपल पुट इन एक्सेस में न्यूट्रिशन डालते हैं ताकि रूट को जितना चाहिए या प्लांट को जितना चाहिए उतना अपटेक हो जाए. ओके, लेकिन हाइड्रोपोनिक्स में क्या होता है, क्योंकि लिए आप सॉइल ही यूज नहीं कर रहे हो, ओके, यू आर नॉट यूजिंग सॉइल, यू आर यूजिंग सम काइंड ऑफ अ अदर सबस्ट्रेट, एन इनर्ट सबस्ट्रेट, जो कि कोई वो इनर्ट है इसलिए वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स के साथ रिएक्ट ही नहीं करेगा। तो जितना आपने डाला है वो सारा कुछ रूट्स के लिए अवेलेबल हो जाता है एंड इट विल बी इजिली टेकन अप। दैट इज वाई न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक बढ़ जाता है, क्योंकि न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक बढ़ गया आपको कम डालना पड़ता है, ओके। फिर ऑलमोस्ट अराउंड 70% ऑफ प्लांट डिजीजेस सॉइल से आती है। आपने सॉइल ही निकाल दिया, आप सॉइल ही नहीं यूज कर रहे हो, तो यू हैव टेकन केयर ऑफ all these diseases, okay, so you can expect less incidence of diseases, okay, especially soil borne तो होंगी ही, okay, then you can control and automate your system। आजकल हर कोई मोबाइल पे, हर कोई रिमोट पे है, हर चीज हमारी रिमोट पे, लाइफ इज बिकम सो मच कंट्रोल्ड, ओके। तो हाइड्रोपोनिक सिस्टम्स को भी हम मोबाइल ऐप जरिए या फिर रिमोट के जरिए या फिर सेंसर्स के जरिए सारा के सारा कंट्रोल एंड ऑटोमेट कर सकते हैं, यानी ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन कैन बी रिड्यूस्ड। मैक्सिमाइज्ड ग्रोइंग स्पेस मतलब क्या है कि एक सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल आपने 1 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर के एरिया में आपने प्लांटिंग की है, ओके। जैसे अगर आप सॉइल के जरिए जब करते हो तो आप सिर्फ एक ही लेवल पे कर सकते हो, ओके। बट इफ यू सी इन हाइड्रोपोनिक्स आपके जो सिस्टम्स होते हैं वो वर्टिकल होते हैं, तो वही 1 स्क्वायर मीटर की जगह पे आप 5 टाइम्स एक्स्ट्रा प्रोडक्शन ले सकते हो, क्योंकि आपने उसको लेवल्स में किया है, जिसको हम ए फ्रेम्स बोलते हैं या फिर वर्टिकल सिस्टम्स बोलते हैं। क्योंकि लिए आप सिर्फ हॉरिजॉन्टल स्पेस नहीं यूज कर रहे हो, आप उसको वर्टिकली भी यूज कर रहे हो, इसके लिए जो सेम लिमिटेड स्पेस आपकी है वो आपने मैक्सिमाइज कर दिया, एंड दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट now because there is lack of space, which is one of the major concerns for growing food. Less nutrient loss, this also is in relation to the first point, क्योंकि they are the nutrients are not reacting with the soil components, so there is no loss of nutrients, जितना आपने डाला है वो सब कुछ प्लांट के लिए अवेलेबल हो जाता है। Stable and high yields which results in faster growth, okay, this you can even predict। एक बार आपने आपका शेड्यूल सेट कर लिया, आपने अगर ऑटोमेट अगर आपने किया हुआ है तो सारा कुछ कर लिया, तो एक प्रिडिक्शन भी आप दे सकते हो। एंड यस, क्योंकि लिए सारा न्यूट्रिएंट्स प्लांट के लिए अवेलेबल होता है, तो ग्रोथ भी प्लांट की फास्ट हो जाती है, ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 टाइम्स फास्टर देन सॉइल। तो आप उतने ही पीरियड में ज्यादा हार्वेस्ट ले सकते हो। दैट इज हाउ यू कैन इंक्रीज योर यील्ड्स एज वेल, ओके। नाउ एक क्वेश्चन तो हमने आंसर कर दिया, ओके, कि व्हाई यू शुड बी डूइंग हाइड्रोपोनिक्स, ओके। अभी हाउ कैसे कर रहे हैं ये लोग, काफी लोग पूछते हैं, ओके। नाउ आई एम जस्ट ब्रशिंग थ्रू द सिस्टम्स। वाटर बेस्ड है, जिसमें मैक्सिमम टाइम आपका रूट पानी में, या दिस इज नॉट ओनली वाटर, दिस इज न्यूट्रिएंट वाटर। तो जो भी न्यूट्रिशन आपको डालना है आप पानी में डाल देते हो, ओके, एंड द प्लांट रूट्स आर इन वाटर एब्सॉर्बिंग द न्यूट्रिएंट्स फ्रॉम देयर, ओके। ये डच बकेट एक सिस्टम होता है जिसमें आप अगेन यू आर गिविंग न्यूट्रिएंट्स थ्रू द ड्रिप इरिगेशन, थ्रू ड्रिप, ओके। और एक्सेस जो न्यूट्रिशन होता है ना, इट कम्स इन द ड्रेन पाइप, ओके। मोस्ट ऑफ योर हाइड्रोपोनिक सिस्टम्स का ये एक मेजर एडवांटेज है कि उसमें आपका पानी सेव हो जाता है, ओके। एनएफटी विच ऑल्सो मीन्स न्यूट्रिएंट फिल्म टेक्निक, इसमें भी यू हैव अ कंटिन्यूअस स्ट्रीम ऑफ वाटर विच इज फ्लोइंग थ्रू दीज पाइप्स and your roots are dipping in the nutrient solution, और दूसरे एंड से वो सारा nutrient water is getting collected in one drain pipe and again coming back to the tank. So this is another advantages, you have a continuously circulating system, that is how you save water as well, okay. And यहाँ पे भी there is the roots are immersed in the nutrient solution and you collect all the excess water in the main tank, okay. So all these kind of systems are called as circulating systems, okay. इसमें excess पानी कलेक्ट होता है, मेन टैंक में वापस चला जाता है, तो आपको बार बार वाटरिंग करने की जरूरत नहीं है। एक लिमिटेड जो आपका टैंक कैपेसिटी है उससे आप शुरू कर सकते हो। हाँ, एक चीज नोट करने लायक यहाँ पे ये है कि जैसे आपका न्यूट्रिएंट एब्सॉर्ब होते जाएगा उसका लेवल मेन टैंक में से कम होते जाएगा, तो प्लांट रिक्वायरमेंट को मैच करने के लिए आपको टॉप अप करना पड़ेगा, ओके। कि जैसे प्लांट फ्लावरिंग में चला गया, उसको ज्यादा न्यूट्रिएंट्स लग रहे हैं, तो आपको मेन टैंक को सिर्फ टॉप अप करना है, आपको पूरा 500 लीटर या पूरा 1000 लीटर चेंज नहीं करना है, ओके। सो दिस इज वन मेजर एडवांटेज कि सिस्टम आपके जो है वो सर्कुलेटिंग है, पानी उसमें सर्कुलेट होता है, अच्छा, अब दूसरे टाइप के एक सिस्टम है जो सबस्ट्रेट बेस्ड है। सबस्ट्रेट मतलब आपने सॉइल को, सॉइल की जगह पे कुछ और आपको यूज करना है, क्योंकि आपको रूट्स को सपोर्ट तो करना है, तो यू यूज सम काइंड ऑफ एन इनर्ट सबस्ट्रेट। फॉर एग्जांपल कोकोपीट, जो इंडिया में बहुत कॉमनली यूज होता है क्योंकि इजिली अवेलेबल है। abroad or internationally you have rock wool, you have clay balls, all these other kind of systems also, but India में कोकोपीट, कोको चिप्स, ये सारा जो कोकोनट का वेस्ट होता है ना, पीपल यूज दैट अ लॉट क्योंकि वो इजिली अवेलेबल होता है। ओके, तो सबस्ट्रेट बेस्ड सिस्टम है जो वेरी सिमिलर टू सॉइल ग्रोइंग सिस्टम। यानी आप ऐसे पहली नजर में देखोगे तो शायद ही फर्क कर पाओगे, लेकिन ओनली डिफरेंस हियर इज यू डोंट पुट इट ऑन द ग्राउंड बट यू हैव लाइक दीज बैग्स। सो या तो ट्रफ जो कि कंटिन्यूअसली एक लंबा बैग जैसा होता है, उसको ट्रफ बोलते हैं, उसमें आप कोकोपीट भर के आप ड्रिप लाइन सेट कर सकते हो, या तो फिर आप ग्रो बैग्स यूज कर सकते हो, उसको कोकोपीट से आप भर दीजिए, कोकोपीट विथ ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर। ओके, एंड यू कैन अरेंज इट इन अ लाइन एंड यू कैन हैव अ ड्रिप इरिगेशन सिस्टम इंस्टॉल्ड। ओके, एंड जैसे मैंने बताया मैक्सिमाइज्ड ग्रोइंग स्पेस, दिस इज हाउ यू कैन इवन डू इट वर्टिकली। जैसे आपने देखा एक ही एरिया में आप अभी 1 2 3 4 रोज में ग्रो कर सकते हो। ओके, सो सबस्ट्रेट बेस्ड सिस्टम खाली उसका ये व्हाट डू यू से, दिस इज दे आर नॉट सर्कुलेटिंग, मतलब इसमें जितना आप न्यूट्रिएंट वाटर आप डालते हो ना, उसका एक्सेस आप कलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते, उतना एक्सेस में जाता नहीं, क्योंकि कोकोपीट हैज अ टेंडेंसी टू होल्ड दैट सोल्यूशन। ओके, so it holds it and makes it available for a longer time to the roots. So इसमें excess solutions collect नहीं होते हैं, it is non-circulating, very similar to soil growing, but still soilless because आपने soil नहीं use किया है। Okay, and they are also called as passive. जैसे आपको याद होगा पिछला active था, तो ये passive है। Okay, now just to understand the working में हम nutrients के ऊपर ज्यादा concentrate करेंगे because I am actually going to talk on nutrients. अब इसका फायदा क्या है, आपको प्लांट को जो उसको चाहिए वो देना है, जब चाहिए तब देना है, और जितनी मात्रा में चाहिए सिर्फ उतनी ही मात्रा में देना है, एक्सेस आपको नहीं डालना है। और अगर आपने उतना दिया तो आपका प्लांट बहुत हेल्दी होगा। ओके, नाउ सो अगर मैं आपको एक रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल दूं, ओके, तो it is growing a plant is very similar to like a baby growing. Okay, when a baby is born it is only on milk, okay, mother's milk. Similarly, when you sow the seed you don't need any nutrition for it to germinate. Seed sow करने के टाइम पे या sow करने के बाद कुछ दिनों तक आपको कोई न्यूट्रिशन डालने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि सीड में रिजर्व फूड होता है, okay, which it uses to germinate. Okay, so when the seed germinates, it can germinate in water. It needs darkness and it needs warmth and water. ये तीन चीजें चाहिए. You give it and the seed will germinate. Okay, जैसा sprout जिसको बोलते. Okay, once the seed starts to give out the leaves, true leaves and roots. Okay, that is when it starts to produce leaves. That is the first stage, which is called as the vegetative stage. Okay, which is very similar to your you can say your toddler. Okay, उसको दूध से ज्यादा चीजें चाहिए होती है, तो यहाँ पे भी सिर्फ पानी से काम नहीं चलेगा, आपको कुछ न्यूट्रिएंट्स डालने पड़ेंगे। रिमेंबर द मेजर एंड माइनर न्यूट्रिएंट्स आपको डालने शुरू करने पड़ेंगे because it needs nutrition now. Okay, then as the plant changes from the vegetative to the flowering, this is your adolescent stage. Okay, when the child is maturing. Okay, उसकी needs change हो गई है, nutritional needs have changed. Similarly for plants also, when it starts to flower, उसके nutritional needs में change आता है. You have to increase certain nutrients, you have to decrease certain nutrients, okay, and give it more than you were giving in the previous stage. Okay, next stage of crop is after flowering is it will start to fruit. Okay, here wherein you have an adult. Okay, so as your need changes, same way here when the plant starts fruiting, when the fruit starts developing, you have to change the nutritional need of the plant. तो आपको उस हिसाब से धीरे धीरे as per stage, as per the crop, your nutritional needs will go on changing, and that is how you can adjust that very well within hydroponics. You do it in soil as well, but यहाँ पे in exactly the amount that it is needed. तो बेसिकली हाइड्रोपोनिक्स जो है ना वो पूरा कंसंट्रेशन उसका रूट डेवलपमेंट में होता है. इफ द रूट डेवलपमेंट इज गुड, nutrient absorption is going to be very good, and if the roots are healthy, if the absorption is good, your plant is also going to be healthy and much better in quality. Okay. And okay, so another thing is, if you have healthy roots, now for the roots to be healthy in hydroponics, what happens is जो आपने nutrition दिया है वो एकदम root के पास दिया है. That is one advantage of drip. Okay. And because it is very near to the roots don't have to go in search of nutrient and water. मतलब they don't waste energy to go in search of nutrients. वो सारा energy है ना growing में लगा देते हैं. Okay, that is why the roots are much healthier. You will get shorter, denser, thicker, and whiter roots in hydroponics. Okay. Now coming to nutrients, हम in general 16 essential elements है जो देने ही देने हैं आपको प्लांट्स को ग्रो करने के लिए. ओके, वो 16 में से जो 3 है जो यहाँ पे लिखे हैं, कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन, ये हम कोई भी फर्टिलाइजर में डालते नहीं है. ये उनको एटमॉस्फेयर से मिल जाता है, वाटर से मिल जाता है. ओके, सो कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन कम फ्रॉम एटमॉस्फेयर एंड वाटर. सर्टेन अदर मेजर एंड माइनर न्यूट्रिएंट्स आर नीडेड. कमिंग टू मैक्रो या मेजर, इसलिए बोला जाता है कि उनकी मात्रा ज्यादा है, ज्यादा मात्रा में वो लगते हैं प्लांट को ग्रोइंग के लिए, जो कि होते हैं नाइट्रोजन, फॉस्फोरस, पोटेशियम विच इज नोन एज प्राइमरी, कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम, सल्फर विच आर सेकेंडरी. ये आपको ज्यादा मात्रा में लगते हैं. कमिंग टू माइक्रो न्यूट्रिएंट्स, जिंक, आयरन, कॉपर, मैंगनीज, मोलिब्डेनम एंड बोरॉन, ये आपको काफी कम मात्रा में लगते हैं, पर लगते जरूर है. इन 16 में से अगर कोई भी न्यूट्रिएंट की कमी हुई या आपने नहीं डाला तो प्लांट के हेल्दी ग्रोथ पे इफेक्ट होगा. इसीलिए उनको एसेंशियल बोला जाता है. एसेंशियल मतलब उनकी जरूरत है फॉर हेल्दी ग्रोइंग. अब हाइड्रोपोनिक्स में बेसिकली हम क्या करते हैं, हम देखिए 3 हम देते नहीं है, बचे 13. ओके, तो वो जो 13 न्यूट्रिएंट का कॉम्बिनेशन है ना, वो हम 2 पार्ट में करते हैं. मेजर अलग, माइनर अलग नहीं होता है. न्यूट्रिएंट की केमिस्ट्री होती है. जो हम सॉल्ट्स यूज करते हैं न्यूट्रिशन बनाने के लिए, वो एक दूसरे से कितने कंपैटिबल है, कितने एक दूसरे के साथ जाते हैं या नहीं जाते, उस हिसाब से हम उसको 2 पार्ट में बनाते हैं या 3 पार्ट में बनाते हैं. जब हम 3 पार्ट में उसको बनाते हैं ना, तो हम क्या करते हैं, उसको स्टेज वाइज डिवाइड कर देते हैं. वेजिटेटिव स्टेज के लिए आप ये न्यूट्रिशन डालिए, फ्लावरिंग के लिए आप ये डालिए, फ्रूटिंग के टाइम पे आप ये डालिए. तो ऐसे हम ईज ऑफ यूज के हिसाब से 2 पार्ट या 3 पार्ट में उसको बना सकते हैं. ओके, अब जैसे हमने न्यूट्रिएंट तो बना दिया, हमने डाला. आपको याद होगा मैंने बोला था आपको, जब जो सर्कुलेटिंग सिस्टम्स है उसमें हम पूरा पानी नहीं चेंज करते, हम सिर्फ टॉप अप करते हैं. तो हमको कैसे पता चलेगा कि टॉप अप करने का टाइम आ गया है या फिर अभी करना चाहिए. ओके, वो सोल्यूशन को हम ईसी, जो इलेक्ट्रिकल कंडक्टिविटी एक पैरामीटर है, विच मीन्स कि आपके वाटर में आपने कितने सॉल्ट्स मिक्स किए हैं और कितना ईसी किस स्टेज के हिसाब से रखना है. ओके, वो उस हिसाब से हम टॉप अप करते हैं. सो यू हैव टू मॉनिटर इट एवरी डे कि उसका ईसी अगर ड्रॉप हो गया है तो आपको न्यूट्रिएंट ऐड करने हैं उसमें. अगर उसका ईसी स्टेज के हिसाब से ज्यादा हो गया है तो आपको सोल्यूशन को भी डाइल्यूट करना है. तो ये मॉनिटरिंग वी आर डूइंग थ्रू मेजरिंग द ईसी एंड पीएच. पीएच इज अनदर फैक्टर, एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि आपने सब कुछ डाला लेकिन अगर आपका पीएच सोल्यूशन का सही नहीं रहा तो रूट्स उसको एब्जॉर्ब नहीं करेंगे, तो आपका डालना सारा वेस्ट हो जाएगा. दैट इज व्हाई having the right pH is extremely important. Okay, now this is a unit in which you measure. You have an instrument, very easy to measure, koi hard very complicated measurement nahi hai ye. Okay, ideal growing pH is around 5.5 to 6.5. why it is ideal is ye jo pH range hai isme sare nutrients absorb ho jate hain. Okay, if you go beyond that, certain may not get absorbed. If you go below that, certain may not get absorbed. ये रेंज में टिपिकली 5.5 to 6.5, 7 तक, उससे ज्यादा नहीं. ट्राई टू कीप इट बिलो 7 ओनली. तो उसमें मैक्सिमम आपके जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स हम ऐड करते हैं वो रूट्स एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं. अब हमने तो नाइट्रोजन की बात कर ली, फॉस्फोरस की बात कर ली, पोटेशियम की बात कर ली, पर ये सब आते कहाँ से? हवा से नहीं आते. ओके, तो इनके सोर्सेज होते हैं। जैसे आपको अगर से फॉर एग्जाम्पल पोटेशियम डालना है तो आप उसको सल्फेट फॉर्म में पोटेशियम सल्फेट करके सॉल्ट आता है वो यूज कर सकते हो। अमोनियम फॉस्फेट जैसा नाम का सॉल्ट आता है वो यूज कर सकते हो। सर्टेन चिलेटेड न्यूट्रिएंट्स होते हैं, ओके, जैसे जिंक का चिलेट हो गया या फिर कॉपर का चिलेट हो गया, ओके, या फिर पोटेशियम नाइट्रेट हो गया। तो ये सारे केमिकल्स अवेलेबल है, एग्रीकल्चर में यूज होते हैं। अगर आपने ये नाम नहीं सुने तो आपने नंबर सुने होंगे, जैसे 13045 या फिर 202020 या फिर 05234। दीज आर नथिंग बट आइदर सल्फेटेड और फॉस्फेटेड फॉर्म्स ऑफ न्यूट्रिएंट्स, and you can use all of these in making up your nutrient solution. Okay, ये हो गए आपके मिनरल फर्टिलाइजर्स। ओके, जैसे मैंने आपको बोला हाइड्रोपोनिक्स इज नॉट ऑर्गेनिक, बट certain organic nutrients can be used in hydroponic systems and they are used. Okay, so जैसे मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया सीवीड एक्सट्रैक्ट्स हो गया वो यूज होता है, जो lot of products seaweed containing products are now available in the market, they are used. Okay, ह्यूमिक प्रोडक्ट्स हो गए, जैसे आपको ह्यूमिक एसिड बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स आर वेरी गुड फॉर हेल्दी ग्रोथ ऑफ फ्रूट्स। तो रेगुलर इसमें नहीं तो एटलीस्ट नर्सरी के टाइम पे जब अपने सीड जर्मिनेट हो गया आपका सीड जर्मिनेट, ओके, लेकिन हेल्दी ग्रोथ ऑफ फ्रूट्स के लिए हम ह्यूमिक बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स भी यूज करते हैं। ओके, नाउ न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक, रिमेंबर द फर्स्ट पॉइंट, इंप्रूव इंक्रीज न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक। क्यों होता है न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक? ओके, एक तो यस के दे आर नॉट रिएक्टिंग विद द सॉइल कंपोनेंट्स। ओके, अनदर थिंग इज दे आर इन द रेडिली अवेलेबल फॉर्म, मतलब जिस फॉर्म में रूट उसको ले सकता है वो फॉर्म में हम हाइड्रोपोनिक्स में न्यूट्रिएंट देते हैं। नाउ व्हाट इज दैट फॉर्म? ले मैन के हिसाब से, एक कॉमन मैन के हिसाब से, आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू द केमिस्ट्री, इतना याद रखिए कि जो भी न्यूट्रिएंट हम डालते हैं केमिकली वो आयोनिक फॉर्म में होना चाहिए, एक चार्ज के साथ। ओके, या तो पॉजिटिव चार्ज या नेगेटिव चार्ज। मैं केमिस्ट्री में नहीं जाना चाहती, सिर्फ इतना याद रखिए कि जब हम इवन रेगुलर एग्रीकल्चर होता है, जो कन्वेंशनल सॉइल ग्रोइंग भी होती है ना, उसमें भी न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक आयोनिक फॉर्म में ही होता है, और हाइड्रोपोनिक्स में भी न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक आयोनिक फॉर्म में ही होता है। ओके, तो ओनली एडवांटेज बीइंग जैसे ही ये सॉल्ट्स आप पानी में डालते हो वो आयोनिक फॉर्म में आ जाते हैं, इसके लिए रूट्स को इजीली अवेलेबल हो जाते हैं। ओके, अभी दिस एक्चुअली गिव्स यू द आयोनिक फॉर्म ऑफ द न्यूट्रिएंट्स। आई एम नॉट गेटिंग इनटू द डिटेल, इट इज अ लिटिल कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फॉर कॉमन पीपल, जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट इट हैज टू बी चार्ज्ड। उस पे या तो पॉजिटिव चार्ज होना चाहिए या तो नेगेटिव चार्ज होना चाहिए। ओके, नाउ as I told you, pH, remember between 5.5 to 6.5 ideal pH, जिस रेंज में आपका सारा न्यूट्रिएंट अपटेक हो जाता है। उससे अगर आप चेंज हो जाते हो या वेरी हो जाता है तो कुछ न्यूट्रिएंट्स अवेलेबल नहीं होते, दे बिकम अनअवेलेबल और द रूट्स कैन नॉट टेक इट अप। और जो ईसी होता है ना, उसका भी एक पर्टिकुलर ईसी होता है एज पर द स्टेज, उसके हिसाब से आपको ईसी मेंटेन करना है। अगर आपने देखा होगा एकदम सिंपल इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, आप just put it in your nutrient solution and you can get the EC reading. Okay, now I'll just revise whatever we have done. Okay, जैसे हमने nutrient solution, if remember I told you make it in 2 parts depending upon the compatibility of the salts, not major and minor. Okay, you can also make the nutrients in solid form, मतलब पाउडर बना सकते हो आप, वेरियस सॉल्ट्स को मिक्स करके ब्लेंड करके एक पाउडर बना सकते हो, या तो आप उसको पानी में डिसॉल्व करके कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड सोल्यूशन बना सकते हो। जैसे सिरप का कॉन्सेप्ट पता होगा ना, हमारे पास होता है जो अपने जूसेस और सिरप्स होते हैं, फिर हम कैसे उसको डाइल्यूट करके पीते हैं, वैसे ही जब हम लिक्विड में बनाते हैं न्यूट्रिएंट्स, हम उसको कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड बनाते हैं, और जब हमको यूज करने का रहता है हम थोड़ा उसमें से डालते हैं और फिर पानी डाल के उसको वर्किंग सोल्यूशन के रेंज में लेके आते हैं। ओके, जो भी आपने चूज किया हो, 2 पार्ट बनाना हो, 2 पार्ट वाला बना रहे हो या 3 पार्ट वाला बना रहे हो, याद रखिए आपका न्यूट्रिशन जो है ना, इट कैन नॉट बी कॉमन फॉर ऑल क्रॉप्स ऑल स्टेजेस, इट हैज टू बी क्रॉप स्पेसिफिक। ओके, तो जो न्यूट्रिशन से लीफी वेजिटेबल्स के लिए चलता है वो टमेटो को इतना नहीं देगा, क्योंकि लीफी का रिक्वायरमेंट अलग होता है, टमेटो का रिक्वायरमेंट अलग होता है, तो इट हैज टू बी क्रॉप स्पेसिफिक। ओके, इट हैज टू बी स्टेज स्पेसिफिक। जैसे स्टेजेस मतलब जैसे मैंने बताया, वेजिटेटिव है, फ्लावरिंग है, फ्रूटिंग हो रहा है, ओके, पहला हार्वेस्ट हो गया है, आपको कंटिन्यूड फ्रूटिंग मिल रहा है, ओके, उस हिसाब से स्टेज के हिसाब से आपका न्यूट्रिशन ब्लेंड चेंज होता है। ओके, इट हैज टू बी लाइक दैट। एक साइज एक ही न्यूट्रिशन सब जगह पे नहीं चलता है। जो न्यूट्रिएंट का फॉर्म है वो रेडिली अवेलेबल होना चाहिए। अगर वो नहीं होगा तो आपने डाला भी होगा तो वो प्लांट रूट ले नहीं पाएगा। ओके, और एकदम सही मात्रा में होना चाहिए। एक्सेस हुआ तो टॉक्सिसिटी आती है, न्यूट्रिएंट की टॉक्सिसिटीज भी आती है। ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ, जैसे आपने देखा एनपीके, यानी मे बी फर्स्ट स्टेज में आप 20-20-20 डाल रहे हो, एनपीके इक्वल मात्रा में डाल रहे हो। जैसे ही आगे गया तो हमने एन कम कर दिया, पी और के बढ़ा दिया। ओके, फिर और आगे गया तो हमने एन बैलेंस रखा है, पी के को ये कर रहे हैं, फिर एन कम। ऐसा होता है कि धीरे धीरे हम नाइट्रोजन कम करते जाते हैं और हम फास्फोरस और पोटेशियम बढ़ाते जाते हैं। स्टार्टिंग में एन मैक्सिमम होता है, एंड में एन देते ही नहीं है। ओके, बिकॉज एन प्लेज मेजर रोल इन वेजिटेटिव ग्रोथ। उसको लीफ मेकर बोला जाता है कॉमनली। ओके, फास्फोरस को रूट मेकर बोला जाता है। अच्छा मात्रा फास्फोरस का चाहिए अच्छे रूट डेवलपमेंट के लिए। और पोटेशियम को फ्लावर मेकर बोला जाता है। तो जैसे जैसे आपका फ्लावरिंग फ्रूटिंग इंक्रीज हो रहा है, आपको पोटेशियम की मात्रा धीरे धीरे बढ़ानी पड़ती है, उसके साथ साथ कैल्शियम बढ़ाना पड़ता है। तो ये आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा। नाउ जैसे मैंने आपको बताया ग्रेड्स अवेलेबल है। ओके, तो दीज आर नाइट्रोजन, फास्फोरस और पोटेशियम का कॉम्बिनेशन करके ये सारे ग्रेड्स मार्केट में अवेलेबल है, ये हम यूज कर सकते हैं। इसके साथ में हम कैल्शियम अलग से देते हैं और मैग्नीशियम हम देते हैं, तो आपका पूरा न्यूट्रिशन कंप्लीट हो जाता है। और ये एनपीके के साथ में आपके जो माइनर एलिमेंट्स है, याद होंगे, जो बहुत कम लगते हैं, ओके, वो इसमें मिक्स होते हैं, तो आपका पूरा प्लांट न्यूट्रिशन कंप्लीट हो जाता है। तो बेसिकली अगर मैं कुछ एग्जांपल्स दूं तो 4-18-38 आइडियली हम टमेटोज के लिए यूज करते हैं, और जैसे जैसे फ्लावरिंग फ्रूटिंग इंक्रीज होगा तो हम थोड़ा पोटेशियम और कैल्शियम अलग से बढ़ा के डालते हैं। 8-15-36 आइडियली हम लीफी के लिए यूज करते हैं। इसमें कैल्शियम वगैरह बढ़ाने की इतनी जरूरत नहीं होती है, बिकॉज इसमें फ्लावरिंग और फ्रूटिंग का तो सवाल ही नहीं आता। आपका लीफी है, आपको लीफी खाना है उसका, तो आप एक ही टाइम पे पूरा प्लांट हार्वेस्ट कर देते हो। तो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज नॉट वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड। ओके, आप ये भी यूज कर सकते हो, या तो आप लिक्विड यूज कर सकते हो ए और बी 2 पार्ट फॉर्म में। ओके, नाउ मैंने ये क्वेश्चंस काफी कुछ कवर कर लिए। ऑर्गेनिक है नहीं, ऑर्गेनिक नहीं सर्टिफाइड है। हाइड्रोपोनिक के सीड्स अलग आते हैं नहीं, सेम सीड्स है। ओके, सेपरेट न्यूट्रिएंट्स नॉट रियली, बट ईज ऑफ यूज के हिसाब से फॉर्मुलेशंस अलग हुए हैं। अगर आपको सॉइल ग्रोइंग की आइडिया है, आप वही सेम न्यूट्रिशन, वही सेम टेक्निक हाइड्रोपोनिक में भी यूज कर सकते हो। Can I make my own nutrients? Yes, definitely. If you have an understanding of how to blend, how to use, you can. Okay, I'm not getting the question. Okay, so I think that's all that I had to give in from my side. If you have any questions, you can please ask.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such a wonderful session. It was a very self-explanatory PPT. Like आपने सब कुछ ही कवर किया है कि क्या बेसिक्स हैं, क्या सिस्टम्स है, न्यूट्रिएंट्स का कैसे हम डोजेस या फॉर्मुलेशन का जो भी होता है, तो मतलब एवरीथिंग यू हैव कवर्ड नाइसली। बट कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं ऐसे जो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ ऑडियंस की तरफ से।
प्लीज।
जैसे कि आपने बताया कि फॉर्मुलेशंस होती हैं डिफरेंट एंड डिफरेंट कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ न्यूट्रिएंट वी यूज फॉर डिफरेंट प्लांट्स एट वेरियस स्टेजेस। तो जो फॉर्मुलेशंस हैं उनकी कोई रिकमेंडेशन है? लाइक जैसे वी आर यूजिंग पेस्टिसाइड, सो वी आर फॉलोइंग द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ सेंट्रल इंसेक्टिसाइड बोर्ड एंड रजिस्ट्रेशन कमेटी। सो कोई ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो रिकमेंडेशन करती है फॉर्मुलेशंस की, या मतलब हमें अपने अकॉर्डिंग बनाना है अकॉर्डिंग टू द प्लांट की स्टेज ऑफ ग्रोथ?
देखिए, हाइड्रोपोनिक्स के लिए पर से अलग से तो कुछ नहीं है। ओके, लेकिन जैसे सॉइल ग्रोइंग के लिए यूनिवर्सिटीज की रिकमेंडेशन आती है, जो स्टेट एग्रीकल्चरल यूनिवर्सिटीज वगैरह होती है ना, तो उन्होंने शेड्यूल बनाया हुआ होता है। ओके, एंड मोर और लेस वो क्या करते हैं, अगर शेड्यूल नहीं बनाते ना तो वो लोग न्यूट्रिएंट रिक्वायरमेंट का एक लिस्ट निकालते हैं कि ये क्रॉप को इतना नाइट्रोजन चाहिए, इतना फास्फोरस चाहिए, इतना पोटेशियम चाहिए, और उसके बेसिस पे जो एग्रोनॉमिस्ट होते हैं, ओके, वो लोग अपना शेड्यूल बनाते हैं कि हमको इतना नाइट्रोजन देना है, तो अगर हमको नाइट्रोजन देना है तो हम यूरिया यूज कर रहे हैं, या फिर हम पोटेशियम नाइट्रेट यूज कर रहे हैं, या फिर हम कैल्शियम नाइट्रेट के फॉर्म में दे रहे हैं। ओके, तो ये सारे जो एग्रोनॉमिस्ट होते हैं ना, नॉर्मली मोरलेस वो शेड्यूल बना के रखते हैं, और न्यूट्रिएंट के रेशियोज और प्रोपोर्शंस होते हैं। इतना सिंपल नहीं है 45 मिनट्स के लेक्चर में फॉर्मुलेशंस कवर करना भी इजी नहीं है, और एक बार में बताने में आपको आएगा भी नहीं फ्रैंकली. एंड इवन फॉर एग्रोनॉमिस्ट एवरी ईयर दे रिलीज, बिकॉज सॉइल की कंडीशंस अलग होती हैं, तो उनको वर्क करना पड़ता है. सिमिलरली इन
रिवाइज करना
हाइड्रोपोनिक्स,
पड़ता है.
हाँ ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव टू, एंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन क्या सोर्स आप यूज कर रहे हो उसके ऊपर, उसमें कितना नाइट्रोजन परसेंटेज है, उसके हिसाब से कितनी मात्रा में आपको. सो थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, एक लेक्चर का टॉपिक नहीं है, इट्स अ प्रॉपर टॉपिक इन इटसेल्फ. लेकिन मोर और लेस जैसे मैंने आपको बताया 41838 ओके, उस पे लेबलिंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस होगी, या फिर आप अगर रेडी हाइड्रोपोनिक न्यूट्रिएंट्स ले रहे हो 2 पार्ट्स में भी, तो वो लिखेंगे कि इतना इतना आप डालिए, या इतना डालिए कि इतना ईसी आपको मेंटेन करना है. जैसे स्टेज चेंज हुआ तो आपको ईसी, फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे फर्स्ट स्टेज है तो अगर हम से माइक्रो सीमेंस में अगर हम मेजर कर रहे हैं तो 1000 के अंदर में काम हो जाता है, लेकिन 1000 to 1200. लेकिन अगर हम वेजिटेटिव से फ्लावरिंग पे जब जाते हैं तो 1500 to 1600 पे आप मेंटेन करिए. फिर अगर आप फ्लावरिंग टू फ्रूटिंग पे जाएंगे तो 2000 तक मेंटेन करिए. तो ये सारे इंस्ट्रक्शंस मोर और लेस आ जाते हैं न्यूट्रिएंट्स के साथ में. एंड ग्रो करते करते आपको एक्सपीरियंस के साथ भी समझ में आ जाएगा कि कैसे करना है. सो दैट इज हाउ. एक जनरल फॉर्मूला नहीं है जो मैं अभी आपको दे दूं. रीजन वाइज भी कभी कभी चीजें चेंज होती है. ओके तो जनरल फॉर्मूला नहीं है. जनरल सिर्फ ये है कि आपको सारे 16 देने हैं, आपको ईसी और पीएच मेंटेन करना है, वो सिर्फ जनरल है, एप्लीकेबल टू ऑल रीजन्स, ऑल एग्रोक्लाइमेटिक जोन्स. ओके, अदर देन दैट देयर इज नो जनरल लाइन फॉर न्यूट्रिशन.
यस मैम, बहुत ही मतलब आपने ठीक बोला कि 45 मिनट्स के लेक्चर में वी कांट कवर एवरीथिंग अबाउट हाइड्रोपोनिक्स एंड अबाउट द फॉर्मुलेशन. सो I will request to my team so in that in near future हम हाइड्रोपोनिक्स पे एक सीरीज जो है वो 7 और 10 डेज की कंडक्ट कर सकें, जिसमें हम अपने पार्टिसिपेंट्स को हाइड्रोपोनिक्स के बारे में अच्छे से बता सकें, लाइक फ्रॉम द फॉर्मुलेशंस एवरीथिंग, बिकॉज ऐसे तो सारे क्वेरीज जो हैं वो सॉल्व नहीं हो पाते.
हाँ, न्यूट्रिशन एक लेक्चर का तो टॉपिक बिल्कुल भी नहीं है.
हाँ जी मैम, और एक रिदम में जब चला होता है तो आप उनको डेली डेली बता भी सकते हो, ऐसे एकदम से एक 45 मिनट के लेक्चर्स में इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. यू आर वेरी राइट. I can see a question in the chat box from a participant. One second. Yeah. So
न्यूट्रिएंट फॉर्मुलेशन ही मांग रहे हैं वो.
no, one question which is from Rishikesh. He is asking that water of my area is high in salt content and also has fluoride contamination. So such water is needed to be treated before using in hydroponics.
Yes. हाँ, so I forgot to mention this point. आपका जो पानी, जिस पानी में आप न्यूट्रिशन बनाओगे उसका ईसी ऑलमोस्ट 0 होना चाहिए, तो हाई सॉल्ट कंटेंट नहीं चलेगा. रेगुलर एग्रीकल्चर में समहाउ मैनेज हो जाता है, बट फिर भी वो एक लिमिट के बाद वो भी नहीं होता है. तो यू हैव टू यूज आरओ वाटर. ओके, जब आप हाइड्रोपोनिक सेटअप करते हो प्रेफरेबली यूज आरओ वाटर जिसका ईसी और टीडीएस कम है. ओके, वी प्रेफर टू यूज वेरी लेस टीडीएस वाटर इन हाइड्रोपोनिक्स. तो वो ट्रीट आपको करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि आपका सारा कुछ ईसी के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है. आपका अगर इनिशियली अगर आपका ईसी है हाई, तो आपको न्यूट्रिएंट कितना ऐड करना है और क्या करना है वो आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा. तो यस, यू आर राइट, यू हैव टू यूज लेस टीडीएस वाटर.
यस मैम, वन अनदर क्वेश्चन दैट जिस तरीके से हमें न्यूट्रिएंट्स अगर प्रोवाइड करने, जैसे कि अगर, तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए, मतलब हमें फॉर्मुलेशंस परचेज करनी चाहिए या फिर हमें खुद से उनका कॉम्बिनेशन बनाना चाहिए, मतलब व्हाट यू एडवाइज ऑन?
तो ये देखिए, ये है ना टोटली आप पे डिपेंड करता है. ओके, ऑल्सो ये बात पे ये डिपेंड करता है कि आप हॉबी ग्रोइंग कर रहे हो या आप कमर्शियल कर रहे हो. ओके, तो फ्रैंकली मैं बताऊं तो जो कमर्शियली ग्रोइंग करते हैं ना वो प्रेफर करते हैं कि इंडिविजुअल सॉल्ट्स खरीदे और अपने एंड पे अपनी रेसिपी के हिसाब से ब्लेंड करे या फिर सोल्यूशंस बनाए. वो उनको कमर्शियली वायबल होता है एज अ बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. क्योंकि अगर आप रेडीमेड न्यूट्रिएंट बनाओगे तो उसका जो कॉस्ट है और जो जेनेरिक सॉल्ट्स का कॉस्ट होगा उसमें बहुत फर्क होता है. ओके, जैसे यूरिया हो गया या फिर आपका पोटेशियम नाइट्रेट, आप उसको बल्क में खरीद सकते हो, बल्क में खरीद के रख के आप बना सकते हो, जो रेगुलरली कमर्शियल ग्रोअर्स करते हैं. लेकिन अगर आपसे हॉबी ग्रोअर है या फिर आप पर्सनल कंजम्पशन के लिए कर रहे हो या फिर आप छोटे स्केल पे कर रहे हो, 5000 स्क्वायर फीट या फिर 2000 स्क्वायर फीट, छोटे स्केल पे अगर आप ग्रोइंग कर रहे हो, तो मेनी अ टाइम्स उतना बल्क में खरीदने का सेंस नहीं होता है, क्योंकि उतनी ज्यादा मात्रा में आपको न्यूट्रिएंट्स नहीं लगते हैं। तो वो टाइम पे कुछ कमर्शियल फॉर्मुलेशंस जो रेडीली अवेलेबल है आप यूज कर सकते हो। वो टोटली बिजनेस केस सिनेरियो। ओके, अगर आपको ट्राई करना है तो पहली बारी में आप रेडीमेड यूज करिए। एक बार आपको इसका कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ गया कि ब्लेंड कैसे करना है, तो आप डेफिनेटली इंडिविजुअल सॉल्ट्स लेके अपने हिसाब से जितना चाहिए उतना ब्लेंड करके रख सकते हो या यूज कर सकते
ओके मैम। मैम वन अनदर क्वेश्चन इन द चैट बॉक्स दैट आपने बताया न्यूट्रिएंट्स सारे जितने भी हैं इंपॉर्टेंट एसेंशियल नॉन एसेंशियल सारे प्रोवाइड करने हैं 16 के 16, तो क्या बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स को भी इसमें यूज कर सकते हैं?
नहीं। सो बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स क्या होते हैं? बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स बेसिकली न्यूट्रिएंट को अवेलेबल करने में मदद करते हैं। ओके, जो सॉइल में बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स होते हैं, जैसे आपका जिंक सोल्युबलाइजिंग बैक्टीरिया हो गया या पोटैश मोबिलाइजिंग बैक्टीरिया हो गया। हेलो हेलो, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
ओके,
थोड़ी देर के लिए या
हाँ ओके। सो बेसिकली जो बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स होते हैं ना, वो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं जो सॉल्ट्स को अवेलेबल होने में मदद करते हैं, जैसे पोटेशियम मोबिलाइजिंग बैक्टीरिया हो गया, फॉस्फेट सोल्युबलाइजिंग, जिंक सोल्युबलाइजिंग। व्हेन यू टॉक ऑफ हाइड्रोपोनिक्स, आप किधर बैक्टीरिया कहाँ डालोगे? अगर हाँ, मोर और लेस पीपल यूज इट इन से पैसिव सिस्टम्स, जहाँ पे आप ये कोकोपीट यूज करते हो, वहां पे कुछ कुछ लोग यूज करते हैं बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स। लेकिन जैसे आपके जो वाटर बेस्ड सिस्टम्स है, उसमें बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स कहाँ यूज कर पाओगे आप? क्योंकि वो कोई सबस्ट्रेट ही नहीं है वो ऑर्गेनिज्म को वर्क करने के लिए। आप सारा ही रेडिली अवेलेबल फॉर्म में दे रहे हो। ओके, सो आइडियली वाटर बेस्ड सिस्टम्स में बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स की खासा कोई जरूरत है नहीं। बट अगर आपको कोकोपीट बेस्ड सिस्टम में ट्राई करना है तो आप कर सकते हो। यस, यू ट्राई कर सकते हो आप यूज कर।
Okay, ma'am. One another question, like you have discussed about the various system of hydroponics, NFT, and also according to you, which system is the best system for
हाँ, तो
this hydroponics?
बेस्ट सिस्टम ऐसे कोई है नहीं। ओके, क्रॉप के ऊपर सिस्टम डिपेंड करता है, या फिर आपको क्या ग्रो करना है उसके ऊपर आप कौन सा सिस्टम लगाओगे वो डिपेंड करता है। अगर आपको सिर्फ लीफी वेजिटेबल्स ग्रो करना है तो आप एनएफटी में कर सकते हो। पर आपको अगर टमेटो ग्रो करने, तो एनएफटी में वो स्पेस सफिशिएंट नहीं होगी, क्योंकि उसकी रूट्स जो है वो इतने से पाइप में नहीं बैठेगी टमेटो के प्लांट की। तो डेफिनेटली आप एनएफटी में टमेटो, चिली या कलर्ड कैप्सिकम, बेल पेपर्स वगैरह नहीं कर सकोगे। ओके, तो अगर आपको लीफी करना है तो आप डेफिनेटली वाटर बेस्ड सिस्टम के साथ जा सकते हो। साइकिल छोटी होती है, सिंगल हार्वेस्ट होता है, रूट इतना डीप नहीं जाता है। ओके, तो लीफी वेजिटेबल्स के लिए आप वाटर बेस्ड सिस्टम्स डेफिनेटली यूज कर सकते हो। लेकिन अगर आपको जैसे टमेटो करने हैं या फिर बेल पेपर्स करने हैं या फिर चिली, बैंगन वगैरह करने हैं, करते हैं लोग, zucchini, बट आपको अगर एक्सोटिक करने हैं तो जितने भी फ्रूटिंग वाले मल्टी पिकिंग क्रॉप्स है उसके लिए आप डच बकेट यूज कर सकते हो। आप ग्रो बैग्स और ट्रफ यूज कर सकते हो प्रेफरेबली, क्योंकि उतनी डेप्थ चाहिए ना प्लांट के रूट को ग्रो होने के लिए। तो बेस्ट सिस्टम नहीं हो, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द क्रॉप यू कैन डिसाइड योर सिस्टम।
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one of the participant is asking that do your company provide any kind of internship or placement for students who are interested in hydroponics?
We do.
So, what is the criteria for placement? Like students of agriculture background or
नहीं, बायोलॉजिकल साइंसेस चलेगा। बायोलॉजिकल साइंसेस, केमिस्ट्री वाले इतने ग्रोइंग में इंटरेस्टेड होते नहीं है, बट मेन क्राइटेरिया वुड बी सम काइंड ऑफ बेसिक ग्रोइंग नॉलेज अगर रहा तो अच्छा होगा। लेकिन अगर आप फ्रैंकली बोलो, प्रैक्टिकली अगर आप देखोगे तो जितने न्यू स्टार्टअप्स है या जितने एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हाइड्रोपोनिक्स में है फिलहाल, वो सारे कोई इंजीनियरिंग और आईटी बैकग्राउंड के हैं, पता है। तो मेन क्राइटेरिया वुड, आई फील, वुड बी इंटरेस्ट। ओके, एंड सेकेंड वुड बी प्रेफरेबली बायोलॉजिकल साइंसेस। ओके, तो एग्री का कोई ये नहीं, क्योंकि जो आईटी और इंजीनियरिंग वाले जो घुसे हुए हैं उनको एग्री का कोई नॉलेज नहीं है। तो सारे सिस्टम डिजाइनिंग, ओके, सिर्फ सो वन मोर थिंग दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इज growing is only not the criteria in hydroponics. You need various tech support for sensors, for automation, for काफी automated है for designing of the system itself. So these are multiple areas where people are actually working in hydroponics. Growing is only one part of it. Okay. But major part is into designing the entire greenhouse, entire setup, automating the entire system, developing an app for that matter, mobile apps. So yes, that is also done on a very large scale. So look at these options as well for your internships if you want to. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ankur Das is asking that how we can apply for trainings, like if there are any offline trainings or internship like for your company. So how we can just apply for that?
So you can share my email ID.
Yeah, ma'am, sure.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, all the information about the training or placement or internship is available on your website also, right?
इंटर्नशिप एंड ट्रेनिंग की नॉर्मली इतनी इंफॉर्मेशन वेबसाइट पे पीरियोडिकली नहीं आती है बिकॉज हमने जैसे मैंने आपको बताया हमारा मोर और लेस R&D होता है फॉर न्यूट्रिएंट डेवलपमेंट. तो इट्स नॉट लाइक अ कमर्शियल सेटअप वेयर वी आर ग्रोइंग टू सेल. वी आर ग्रोइंग टू डेवलप न्यूट्रिएंट्स बट आई कैन गिव देम बेसिक ट्रेनिंग मैं कर सकती हूँ. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई आई सेड गिव माय आईडी बिकॉज otherwise ऐसे regular basis पे we have a small course, we do run a small course, especially COVID के time पे हमने online किया था. तो चाहिए तो मैं वो details भी आपको share कर दूंगी and anybody who is interested can apply through that as well. Okay. So I think Himani, I may not be able to take individual numbers. They are sharing their numbers, so little difficult for me. But if you can raise some kind of a Google form and see how many people are interested for a basic training workshop, maybe I can arrange a customized workshop for them. Yes, that I can do.
Yeah, I'm sure, ma'am. Our team will definitely try to do this thing. Yeah,
yes.
Thank you, ma'am. We are done with the question, and I just want to thank you. You have beautifully answered all the question and satisfied all the queries of our participants. And participants are asking for the PPT also, so
you
that
please
we can
share
the
it.
PPT.
I will share it. The PPT, no issues. It's fine. I'll share the PPT. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for such an insightful session and the valuable information. You have very well explained about all the aspects of hydroponics, its advantages, working, and mainly about the nutrients.
Okay,
and
there are, sorry, Himani, there are certain questions in the chat. I may quickly go through them. So, because you all have taken time to listen, I will quickly go through this. Can we grow root crops? Yes, you can grow. You can grow turmeric, ginger, radish, carrot, potatoes. Yes, all of it can be grown. What is the difference between soil structure and soil? Okay, they've directly messaged me. That is, I think you can't see. What is the difference between soil structure and soil texture? So structure would be how they are arranged, how the soil is arranged, and texture is जैसे मैंने आपको बताया soil के कुछ components होते हैं. Soil जैसे होता है sand, silt and clay. तो sand ज्यादा है कि clay ज्यादा है कि silt ज्यादा है, उसके हिसाब से उसका texture होता है. Okay, so slightly different होता है दोनों. Any general which can be administered through drip? Yes, we have a lot of nutrients. You can contact the website arisagro.com and we'll get back to you. Or you can write to us also. Hydroponic plants are more prone to waterborne. They are not really prone to waterborne diseases because if you one more important point which I sort of missed is आपके nutrient solution में oxygen होना भी बहुत जरूरी है. Okay, so you have to aerate your system. And if you maintain proper hygiene and proper instructions are followed, तो इतने waterborne diseases नहीं होते हैं. Fusarium pythium का कुछ infection का chances होता है, लेकिन अगर आपका sanitation अच्छा है और आपने water में aeration proper रखा है, तो ये problem इतनी नहीं आती है. How can we know that? What is that is nutrient for a specific plant. वो आप grow करते करते training लोगे तो इसी के माध्यम से आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि आपको कितना डालना है. Okay. Can these technology replace the traditional one in coming years? Slowly and steadily, but not completely. क्योंकि अभी तक के हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ leafy vegetables और tomato और zucchini और बैंगन और chili और इसी पे है. अभी तक के grains हमने नहीं try किए. Major जो paddy है या wheat है या millets है या फिर sugar cane है, ये सब सारा कुछ अभी तक के hydroponic में try नहीं हुआ है. फ्रूट ट्रीज है, ट्रीज डेफिनेटली ट्राई नहीं हुए, तो ये टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रेडिशनल वन को कंप्लीटली ओवरटेक फिलहाल तो नहीं कर सकती, बट सप्लीमेंट कर सकती है, क्योंकि आप सिटी स्पेसेस यूज कर सकते हो, तो जो आपका फूड का प्रॉब्लम है या फूड का शॉर्टेज है वो थोड़ा आपका टैकल हो जाएगा। ओके, जैसे आपके वेजिटेबल्स वगैरह हो जाएंगे। कंप्लीट रिप्लेसमेंट लुक्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, सॉर्ट ऑफ इम्पॉसिबल। ओके, फिलहाल इतने
Thank you,
ही है।
ma'am.
Yeah,
हाँ
thank
जी
you.
मैम, in future we will try to organize more programs on hydroponics so that
Sure,
our
let me know.
participants can get more information about that. So thank you,
Sure.
ma'am. Thank you for such a valuable session.
Thank you so
And
much.
now,
Thank you.
now for the next session, I would like to hand over this virtual podium to Dr. Preeti.
Thank you,
Can
Himani.
can I leave? So sorry.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Himani ma'am. Hope I'm audible and visible to everybody.
Yeah.
A very good evening,
Yeah.
everyone. On the behalf of Sher-e-Kashmir University of Agricultural Sciences and Technology, Team Just Agriculture and Agro-Environmental Education and Farmers Welfare Society Punjab, I Preeti Vats cordially welcome you all to the successful 8th day of Agriculture 4.0, the future of farming technology and agripreneurship development, which is a 15 days international online training cum workshop program. I wholeheartedly welcome all of you. I hope our participants are enjoying and learning to the fullest. Coming to the session now, I would take the privilege to bring your attention to this and warmly welcome our chief guest and speaker of this session, Dr. Shankar Goenka, who is the founder, chief architect, and managing director of Wow Factors India Private Limited. Sir left his accomplished family business and set up his own company in 2006 to nourish his passion for building and refining human capital to help individuals and organizations. Sir has vast experience working in education, training, and consulting. He is head of the Goenka Institute of Education and Research and Goenka Public Schools also. He is a member of United Nations Global Compact Network and advisor at the National Skill Development Corporation, New Delhi, and Sports Academy Association of India, a training partner at the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, channel partner with the National Small Industries Corporation, advisory board member of World Association for Small and Medium Enterprises, member of Indian Studies of Training and Development, member on expert panel of SME committee of AIMA, and advisor to chairman. Sir has been associated with various ministries and councils like Ministry of
मैडम बच्चे पार्टिसिपेंट बोर हो जाएंगे यदि आप इतना लंबा सीवी पढ़ेंगे।
Sir, actually you have such a great CV, so how should I not say, no sir? Our participants should know, no sir.
अच्छा, okay.
So shall I continue, sir?
Yeah, your choice.
Yeah, sir. So I'll just take 30 seconds more, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So sir has served as an adjunct professor also at MDU Rohtak. He is a trainer at Gujarat, Rajasthan, MIT, Mumbai, and Delhi universities also. As an international career, sir has been a participant at 10 world-renowned yearly creativity conferences in South Africa. He has also worked with Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. Along with all these achievements and recognitions, sir is a famous author, coach, career counselor, and TEDx speaker also. Sir has been an avid researcher, inquisitive learner, and competent professional who believes in inclusive growth and sustenance of mankind. Sir has facilitated more than 50,000 students also. He is a recipient of a string of prestigious awards from India and abroad in creative thinking, transformational leadership, capacity building, women leadership, education, social work, and happiness also. We are extremely lucky to have you as an eminent personality in the session today, sir. So without any further delay, I would welcome you, sir, and I would like to request you to join the podium and address, sir. Welcome, sir. Sorry, sir, if I made it boring for you and participants as well.
No, not for me. What I mean to say कि बच्चों को interesting होना चाहिए, participants को knowledge मिले, बहुत important.
They must be waiting to listen to you, sir. So please, over to you, sir.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Namaste, and thank you so very much for inviting me, ma'am. So dear participant, first what I want to know, please help me to understand what is in your mind and what kind of expectation you have out of me. You just can put it in your chat box. आपको आज के सेशन से क्या उम्मीद है? आप मुझसे क्या सुनना चाहते हैं कि जो मैं आपको मदद कर सकूं। मेरा आपने बैकग्राउंड सुना, मेरे बारे में सुना, पर मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि सेशन में पार्टिसिपेंट क्या उम्मीद कर रहा है। तो प्लीज हेल्प मी टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज इन योर माइंड, what is in your question as far as agriculture is concerned, so that I can answer your question.
Sir, we will definitely enable the chat. And can you please turn on your video, sir?
Yeah, give me 3-4 minutes till the
Yes,
time
sir.
till the time
Yes,
they
sir.
do the chat one. Aage. So they ask me questions. I will just park it somewhere and then we'll do this question. Then
Yes,
I will
sir.
start on the video. So I first want participant to please write their question so that I know कि what is in their mind. कि सब लोगों ने खाली ज्वाइन करके 296 पार्टिसिपेंट ने ज्वाइन करके वीडियो ऑफ करके सो गए हैं, और आर दे स्टिल अलाइव?
No, sure, sir. Sure, sir. We will see, sir.
Yeah. So this would help each one of them.
Yes, sir.
So let us understand कि what is in their mind, why they are here, why they are listening to us, and what kind of help they need from us. And I
Yes,
feel
sir.
that is what is going to make more sense to them.
Definitely, sir.
Okay. First class. So looking for cost-effective smart farming for smallhold farmers. Very good question. Sir, if you will discuss about AI and agriculture advancement. First class. Very good question. I'm going to cover both the topic. So I basically work on drone technology. We are manufacturer of drones and we are doing agriculture spraying through drones. And I'm sure drone is a new topic. So many people have many questions. So I will answer that. Sir, how could I make my career after doing BSc agriculture? Very good question. Very. All these three questions are very good question. It means I am going to speak to wonderful audience in time to come. Yes, please. BSc agriculture वालों के लिए बहुत स्कोप है और इस समय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का बहुत प्रोग्राम भी है. एंड मैडम, जो इस समय आपके जो पार्टिसिपेंट हैं, they are from which part of India? Are they from North India or they are all over?
No, sir. There is no limitation, sir. I think we have covered whole of India, sir. I think they can be from anywhere, sir.
Very good.
Some foreign members are also there, sir.
निखिल जी ने लिखा है फ्यूचर इन एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड. वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. प्रोज एंड कॉन्स ऑफ ड्रोन्स. वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. So till the time I receive more questions, what I want to ask is how to make drone technology affordable for small and marginal farmers. तो पहला क्वेश्चन जो मुझे पूछा है, यूटिलाइजेशन कैपेबिलिटीज ऑफ ड्रोन इन इंडिया. सो पहला क्वेश्चन, लुकिंग फॉर कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव स्मार्ट फार्मिंग स्मॉल. सो क्या है, इस समय जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी आती है, इसके दो तरीके हैं लेने के. पहला तरीका तो ये है कि आपने खुद टेक्नोलॉजी में पैसे लगाए और खरीदे. पर मेरा क्या मानना है कि जो फार्मर है वो इतना अपने फार्म लैंड में बिजी रहता है कि वो टेक्नोलॉजी को ज्यादा यूज नहीं कर पाता है. और चूंकि इसके अंदर कॉस्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट है, तो सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि जो गांव का बच्चा है, चाहे वो शहर में रह रहा है चाहे गांव में रह रहा है, इस समय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की स्कीम है जहां पर उसको 90% फाइनेंस होता है.
Hello, sir. You're not audible, sir. Are we connected, sir? So if you can listen to me, so you're not audible to our participants, sir.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You are very well audible now.
So अभी जो मेरे को सवाल पूछे उसमें क्या है कि जो प्रिसिशन फार्मिंग है ये इसके लिए आपको जो इक्विपमेंट लेने हैं तो आप कैसे लीजिए कि 90% आपको गवर्नमेंट फंड करेगी, आप उसको यूज करके करिए। फॉर एग्जांपल ड्रोन है, तो पहली बात तो समझिए कि ड्रोन का यूज क्या है। सो मैडम, जो एग्रीकल्चर 1 एकड़ को स्प्रे करने के लिए 125 से 200 लीटर पानी लगता है, और जब आप ड्रोन से स्प्रे करते तो
Hello, sir. Sir, it seems your internet is unstable. Sir, we could not hear you.
10 लीटर पानी लगता है। क्यों लगा? क्योंकि जब आप पुराने मेथड से स्प्रे करते हैं मैम। हेलो
Sir, your internet is unstable, sir. We cannot hear you properly, sir. It's breaking, sir. Your voice is breaking.
10 सेकंड।
Yes, sir. Meanwhile, I request all the participants to please put their questions in chat box. I think sir will interact through question and answers only.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are very well audible, sir. Yes, sir.
तो मेरा कहना मतलब क्या है कि मैम ड्रोन से जब आप छिड़काव करते हैं 10 लीटर पानी चाहिए। हेलो
Sir, we cannot hear you properly, sir. It's breaking in between, sir.
अच्छा, give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds.
Fine, sir.
30 seconds.
So I would like to tell our participants that sir has been in a creative thinking, transformation leadership, women leadership, education, and all those themes, all those kind of career build up also, all those kind of areas sir have been very sincere. So you can ask any type of questions to sir, and you can please put your questions in chat box. Okay, when sir joins next, I will ask sir to keep video off, I think.
Yeah, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So पहली बात मैम पार्टिसिपेंट ने क्या समझना है कि ड्रोन का यूज क्या है। तो सबसे पहला यूज क्या है कि 90% ये पानी बचाता है। Where a farmer use in 1 acre 125 to 200 liter water, in agriculture they need only 10 liter water. So you save water by 90%. यूपी का किसान क्या बोलेगा, साहब पानी फ्री है। अरे भैया पानी फ्री है पर उसको लाने का तो खर्चा है, मैन पावर लगती है, ट्रांसपोर्ट लगता है। दूसरा ड्रोन का एडवांटेज क्या है कि जब आप ड्रोन से स्प्रे करते हो तो जो मेडिसिन का इनपुट है, जो दवाई का इनपुट है, वो 25% कम है। सो यू सेव मनी ऑन 25% ऑन दैट। थर्ड क्या है मैम कि जब आप ड्रोन से, जब आप हाथ से स्प्रे करते हो, एक दिन में एक किसान सिर्फ 2 लीटर 2 एकड़ या 2.5 एकड़ स्प्रे करता है। ड्रोन से एक दिन में 30 एकड़ स्प्रे होता है, तो आपकी स्पीड बढ़ी। फोर्थ इंपॉर्टेंट है कि इसका जो एक्यूरेसी है वो 98% है। कैसे? समझो ड्रोन जब छिड़कता है तो पहले खेत को मैप करता है और वो 10 लीटर का ड्रोन पानी लेके उड़ता है। जहां पर दवाई खत्म हुई या बैटरी खत्म हुई, वो वापस जहां से उड़ा उसको होम ग्राउंड बोलते हैं, वहां पर वो वापस आता है। और जैसे ही पानी और दवाई जहां से खत्म हुआ भरने के बाद में, वो जहां से छूटा था वहीं पे जाके छिड़कता है, तो आपका एक्यूरेसी अच्छा हुआ। तीसरा इसके पीछे मैम 3 सोशल एंगल है। भारत में 58,000 किसान सांप के काटने से मरते हैं। जब कोई भी क्रॉप 4 फुट से ऊंची होती है, वो खेत में जाना उसका मुश्किल होता है, तो वहां पे सांप आते हैं। तो सांप हो गए जो डेंजरस जानवर हैं, उनसे उसको उनकी डेथ होती है। 4 लाख लोग मैडम इंडिया में बीमार होते जब वो दवाइयों को सूंघते हैं। दांत, दमा, खुजली, अस्थमा, ब्रोंकाइटिस, लीवर, क्योंकि दवाई जो है 10 फीट दूरी से स्प्रे। कैन यू हियर मी?
Sir, it's a little bit breaking in between, sir.
अरे यार, so I will now, is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe you can continue, sir. If it is not properly audible, I will interrupt in between and I will tell you, sir.
No, I'm sure now it's going to have आगे ले लो। So
It seems fine, sir.
so मैम, आपको क्या फायदा हुआ? जो सांप काटने से लोग बचे, उसका फायदा हुआ। नंबर 2, जो इनहेल से लोग बीमार होते हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर क्या है मैम? जो गांव का यूथ है, जो 15, 20, 25 हजार रुपए कमाने के लिए शहर आकर अपने पेरेंट्स को इनको खोता है, वो अपने गांव में रह के 10% पैसे देकर वो ड्रोन खरीदे और अपना वहां पर काम करे। तो अभी जैसे एक सवाल मेरे को किसी ने पूछा कि साहब ड्रोन के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना है, तो ड्रोन 6 लाख रुपए का है। आपने खाली 10% पैसे देने 60,000, you can buy a drone and you can do the spraying in the farmer. तो ये वो महीने के 40,000 से in many other cases. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, have you heard me till now?
Sir, actually, I could hear you, but I think some of the participants could not connect you properly. They're telling connectivity is not clear, voice is not clear.
Now, can you hear me properly?
Yes, sir. Actually, when you are saying, when you're asking, it's proper, sir. When you start answering, it sometime in between it gets disconnected, sir.
Okay, so now I'm sure you will not have a challenge with this.
Okay,
so what
sir.
I'm trying to say that first, जो सांप के काटने से लोग मरे वो बचा, जो दवाई के सूंघने से बीमार होते हैं वो बचे, and third is an entrepreneurship model. Have you heard me correctly, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, एक और सवाल आप मेरे से पूछा, उन्होंने कहा कि सर, after doing a PhD in vegetable science, how can we establish ourselves in the research and innovation world with good income as well as set up a business from a background? मैडम, आज के तारीख में हर आदमी कहता मुझे ऑर्गेनिक खिलाओ। हेलो।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, यदि लोग ऑर्गेनिक खाने की इच्छा रखते हैं, तो मेरे को लगता है आफ्टर कोविड there is a huge scope where people want to eat healthy food. So I feel there is a huge scope where you can eat healthy food and there is a big scope as far as क्यों?
Very true, sir.
हाँ, दूसरा एक क्वेश्चन था कि we learned that drone can detect the disease, so it also detect the minor disease and nutrition. Yes, ड्रोन की टेक्नोलॉजी ऐसी है, उसके अंदर माइन्यूटेस्ट डिटेल आपको पता लग सकता है। हेल्थ क्रॉप कैसा है, वाटर शॉर्टेज कितना है, न्यूट्रिएंट कितना कम है, ओवरडोजिंग कितना है, कौन सी दवाई चाहिए, क्या न्यूट्रिशन चाहिए, ड्रोन कैन आंसर ऑल दोस क्वेश्चन। एक को लिखा है सर, आवर रिसोर्सेज आर डिप्लीटिंग डे बाय डे, meanwhile our population is increasing simultaneously and we opt for organic to meet up the population. Our health stands against us, creates a situation to opt for organic. What is the solution for this? ऐसा है सर कि जब टेक्नोलॉजी आएगी बाजार में, तो यूथ वापस से गांव से कनेक्ट होगा, और जब यूथ गांव से कनेक्ट होगा तो वो प्रोडक्शन में मदद करेगा। अभी इस समय चैलेंज क्या है कि टेक्नोलॉजी फार्मर यूज नहीं करता है क्योंकि उसको एक्सपेंसिव लगता है, सर्विस का अभाव है। तो राइट टेक्नोलॉजी राइट तरीके से डिलीवर की गई तो ही विल डू इट। एक लिखा सर ड्रोन इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट इज हाई। ड्रोन का इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट कोई हाई नहीं है सर, आप 10% पैसा दीजिए, 90% पैसा आपको 6% भारत सरकार ब्याज पे देती है। आप टेक्नोलॉजी को लीजिए, मेहनत करिए, अपने गांव में काम करिए और आपको बहुत अच्छा पैसा कमाने को मिलेगा।
Very well said, sir.
सर है ना। और दूसरी बात है कि सर कैन वी स्प्रे ऑर्गेनिक यूजिंग ड्रोन्स अदर देन, यस यू कैन स्प्रे एनीथिंग। अभी हम गुजरात के अंदर गौमूत्र स्प्रे कर रहे हैं, तो आप उसका फिल्टर से साफ करिए और उसके अंदर स्प्रे करिए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। डू फार्मर यूज ड्रोन्स एट नाइट? यस, ड्रोन के अंदर लाइटिंग सिस्टम लगा हुआ है, आप रात को दिन में जब चाहे उसको यूज कर सकते हैं। बट ड्रोन जनरली रात को नहीं यूज करना चाहिए। सुबह 5 बजे सूरज उगता है तब से 8 बजे तक करिए, बैटरी को रिचार्ज करिए और फिर ड्रोन का इस्तेमाल करिए। नैनो टेक्नोलॉजी मॉडल फार्मिंग, इट इज वेरी मच। पहले जितने भी फर्टिलाइजर थे मैम, ये सारे के सारे ग्रेनुलर फॉर्म में आते थे।
Yes,
अब
sir.
जो टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे यूरिया नैनो आ गया, डीएपी नैनो लिक्विड आ गया, so now more and more number of people are using nano technology, so I'm sure it has got a great future in time to come. एक लिखा in ground level the digital marketing apps are doing grading and sorting and only taking top quality grades, which is a loss for farmer. They're rather going to local traders who is taking as a whole lot who can address it. तो मेरा क्या कहना है कि जैसे कई सारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हमारी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उसके अंदर फार्मर का जो प्रोड्यूस है हम लोग लेते हैं। अभी देखिए इंडिया के अंदर क्या है, टू ऑल माय ऑडियंस, कि एक किसान जब मंडी लेके माल जाता है तो उसका 20% से 30% तक नुकसान है। तो मेरे को लगा रही तो बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है। सो व्हाट वी डिड, वी स्टार्टेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जहां पर फार्म प्रोड्यूस को हम उनके खेत से उठा के उनको साथ में पैसा देते हैं। तो 30% लॉस वो बचा और जितना माल उसने बनाया उतना माल हम लेते हैं। पर किसान को अपने यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा क्वालिटी के ऊपर ध्यान देके काम करेंगे तो मुझे लगता है कोई आने वाले तकलीफ, देखो कोई भी प्रोडक्ट हो, चाहे शहर हो चाहे गांव हो, राइट आदमी मिलना, राइट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मिलना, राइट एंटरप्रेन्योर मिलना is very important. So I said that is what is going to happen. Good evening, sir. Can you please explain in English because I am from South India? Done, sir. I will take care of it. So I will do my session in Hindi and English both so that everyone understand it correctly. Sir, at present, at what rate drones are charging on rental basis? Drone in India, the spraying are happening from 600 rupees to 1000 rupees depending on the crop. If the crop height is 3 feet, the drone is getting paid at 600 rupees an acre. If the height is 7 feet or 10 feet, it is going expensive by 100 rupees per feet. It's like this. Sir, I would like to start a business for drones, especially for agri use. How can I start? You can have my number. I am just typing my email ID. So you are more than welcome to talk to me. You can write a mail to me and I can send you all the information. I can get it financed for you and I can get you a market where you can do the spraying. आपको जहां market चाहिए, there I can help you. Right now we are working in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Haryana, either Rajasthan, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh. So many places, we are working on this. Then as an inspiring agri entrepreneur, despite having the goal set, there are several times when we face numerous challenges. We directly demotivate us for bringing doubts in our mind. So how overcome fear and face such challenges during the initial days? So Ankur Das ji, एक बात याद रखिए. In life, not taking risk is the biggest risk. और मुझे लगता है कि जो इंडियन फार्मर है वो सबसे बड़ा रिस्क टेकर है। वो जब फसल बोता है ना, उसको मालूम ही नहीं कितनी आएगी, कब आएगी, कैसे आएगी, पानी कितना पड़ेगा, नहीं पड़ेगा, ड्रॉट होगा, धूप कितनी होगी, सन कितना होगा, बट फिर भी वो ही कीप्स ऑन डूइंग वर्क। पर चैलेंज क्या आ रहा है कि चैलेंज आ रही टेक्नोलॉजी। फॉर एग्जांपल, वन ऑफ आवर कंपनी डू सैटेलाइट, नाउ आई कैन एग्जैक्टली टेल यू कि आपकी क्रॉप हेल्थ क्या है, आपको पानी कितना डालना है। अभी फॉर एग्जांपल यूरिया है, एक खेत में 1 एकड़ के अंदर यू शुड यूज ओनली 1 बैग ऑफ यूरिया। नाउ फॉर मोर प्रोडक्शन पीपल गिव 4 बैग, 5 बैग, 6 बैग्स। That is where our agriculture is going wrong. So I feel, and there are so many channels where you can find out what to put, how to put, when to put. But the thing is, we're all busy with following traditional way, not the modern way. So I feel if you use technology in the right way, it's going to work for you. Sir, what about drift loss while spraying with drone on non-targeted way? Sir, in drone, there is no loss, because it scans the crop and then it gets sprayed only on the crop. So there is no drift loss on this. Then does it includes other than installation? Installation is nothing. We give you training for drone when you buy from. What do you think about the food processing business? Is there a scope to go into this? Sir, India is a 1.41 billion population country. My experience of life says there is a scope for everything. You just need to think about it. You need to do the right planning. You need to think of the right execution. What basically happens in my experience in life says, you keep on thinking, you don't make a planning. And dusra, whatever you do, you should have a confidence. You should do right homework. And then if you do it, I'm sure it's going to work out very, very well. Now we learned about drone detects, our resources are depleting, so drones investment, nanotechnology, how can we funding our agri startup? So as I said, how can we get funding for our agri startup idea? I got shortlisted in iCar. सर ये जो हैकाथन वगैरह ना, ये प्राइवेट एमएनसीज के प्रोजेक्ट है। आपको यदि फंड चाहिए, यू राइट इट टू मी, आई विल गेट योर एप्लीकेशन डन टू एग्रीकल्चर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फंड. They will process your application 1 week from here, then we'll send it to your bank. They will take all the risk and you can get up to 2 crore rupees without any collateral. So I can help you with this. Participants can drop their question. Jedbo, I want to do different in agriculture sector background. So beta, aapne kaha ki I want to do different. You need to define what is different. आपने एक चीज समझनी है कि कामयाब होना आपकी इच्छा है या इरादा है। आपको क्या लगता है, मेरी इच्छा है, इच्छा से कभी कामयाबी नहीं मिलती, कामयाबी इरादों से मिलती है। सो आपने कहा मैं डिफरेंट करूंगा, डिफरेंट क्या करोगे, दैट इज व्हाट यू नीड टू एनालाइज. सो दैट इज हाउ इट वर्क. सो इफ यू थिंक ऑफ डूइंग डिफरेंटली, you need to work accordingly. So, sir, please explain how to grow horticulture crops in Himachal with high-tech technology. So, in Himachal, there is a step farming. So, you grow, use agriculture drone so that you save money on this thing. For example, madam, I went to Srinagar. In Srinagar, I went and then there I got to know कि 1 एकड़ खेत में पानी छिड़कने के लिए जो टैंकर जाता है, उस पानी ले जाने का खर्चा 5,000 रुपए पर टैंकर है. तो मैंने कहा ड्रोन में तो 10 लीटर पानी लगता है. तो कहते सर आप हमसे 1,000 रुपए एकड़ लोगे तो भी सस्ता है. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, you just need to think out of the box to make it happen. Right. Sir, I want to pursue finance in agriculture. Can you give some light on it? Why not? Finance is the backbone of any business, whether it is agriculture, production, manufacturing, automobile, fertilizer, garment, any business you do, finance is the backbone. If you learn finance, I'm sure it is going to work for you. Ma'am, am I audible correctly?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Am I audible correctly?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Sir, what do you feel that replica model of business is good to go with? हाँ, आपको बिजनेस करना है ना, आप उसकी स्टडी करिए, उसको अच्छे से जानिए, अपने वर्किंग के ऊपर काम. फॉर वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हु आर गेटिंग सब्जेक्ट फॉर लेग पुलर्स इन द सोसाइटी. मैम, डोंट वरी अबाउट सोसाइटी. If you have to do something good, there is a program. So I'm on the board of National Skill Development Corporation. And madam, there we have decided to create 1 crore women entrepreneurs in the country in next 2 years. So please let me know how we can help you, and you can go to next level. Sir, what all tests should we give me? I didn't get your question.
Hello, sir. Sir, are we connected? Sir, you're not audible, sir. So can you hear me? Participants, please keep patience.
Yes, madam. I'm sorry again.
That's fine, sir. That's totally fine, sir. Please continue, sir.
Yeah. Question, ma'am.
Sir?
Sir, I need help for aromatic plant processing. So, जिसको जो help चाहिए, you need to write me in specific way what help you need from me, and I'll be able to give. अभी क्या होता है मैम, सबको लगता है अच्छा इसका जवाब दे दो, इसका जवाब दे दो. मेरा ये मानना है, you have to be very specific in your questions so that we can answer them.
Yes, sir.
है ना? अभी एक ने, sir, without PhD, only keeping masters in agriculture, is it possible to get jobs in agriculture private companies with good salary? भैया मैं आपको आज नौकरी देता हूँ, आप मुझे बताओ मुझे क्या वैल्यू एड ला के दोगे. और दूसरा, गुड सैलरी की डेफिनेशन क्या है? किसी के लिए 10,000 भी बहुत है और किसी के लिए 5 लाख भी कम है. अब आप बोलोगे सर मुझे 1 लाख सैलरी दो, चलो मैं आपको देने को तैयार हूं, पर उस 1 लाख सैलरी में आप मेरा करोगे क्या, ये बता दो. इस एज के अंदर, इफ यू आर यंग गाइस, इफ यू आर स्टडीइंग, इफ यू वांट टू हैव अ जॉब, डोंट गो फॉर अर्निंग, गो फॉर लर्निंग. द मोर यू लर्न, द मोर यू अर्न. यदि आपका उद्देश्य शुरू से अर्निंग में है तो यू विल मिस ऑन लर्निंग, एंड यदि आपने लर्निंग स्टॉप कर दी तो आपकी लाइफ गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. सो आप पीएचडी करो मत करो, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. आप में काम करने का जज्बा कितना है, आप में हुनर कितना है, आपने क्या क्या स्किल्स एक्वायर करी है, ये ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, बजाय कि आप कहो जी मेरी गुड सैलरी पैकेज. एनीवन हु आस्क मी दिस क्वेश्चन, कैन यू टेल मी, कैन यू प्लीज राइट डाउन गुड सैलरी पैकेज क्या मतलब हुआ? मैडम जिन्होंने सवाल पूछा है आप उनसे पूछिए कि गुड सैलरी का क्या मतलब है.
Yes, sir. If he is hearing, sir, he will definitely answer, sir. He can also keep his message in chat box also, sir.
हरिहरन साहब ने लिखा है कि गुड सैलरी.
So I would request him, if he's listening us, he can definitely keep his message.
ठीक है. सो जो बीएससी एग्रीकल्चर है, इनके लिए तो अभी कितनी नौकरी निकली हुई, इफको की निकली हुई है, कितनी गुजरात में निकली हुई है, गवर्नमेंट की निकली हुई है. मुझे तो लगता है बहुत स्कोप है यार, कहाँ लोग ही नहीं है. आप में से किसी को भी इंटर्न करना, मेरे पास आइए. आई विल हेल्प यू विद इंटर्नशिप, आई विल हेल्प यू विद डिफरेंट job opportunities, and I'm sure there's so much of shortage of people in the market. मैं भी एमआईटी यूनिवर्सिटी पढ़ा के आ रहा हूँ, तो वहां मैंने यही कहा, लोग कहते हैं नौकरी नहीं है, मैं कहता लोग ही नहीं है। और जब मुझे आज का जो यूथ बात करता है ना कि पैकेज क्या होगा, फैसिलिटी क्या होगी, ये कोई नहीं पूछता सर मुझे सीखने को क्या मिलेगा, सर मेरे सामने लर्निंग अपॉर्चुनिटी क्या है, सर मेरा ग्रोथ प्लान क्या है, सर मैं एक अच्छा लीडर कैसा बनूं, सर मैं अच्छा एक सिटीजन कैसा बनूं, ये कोई नहीं पूछता। सब कहते हैं मेरी पैकेज क्या होगा। अरे बाबा पैकेज तो तब मिलेगा जब आप में कुछ हुनर होगा, जब आपको एक्सपीरियंस लोगे, तब पैकेज की सोचना चाहिए। सर काइंडली सजेस्ट मी व्हाट इज द बेस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर मी आफ्टर बीएससी एग्रीकल्चर। मेरे बताने के बदले आप गूगल पे जाओ, गूगल पे टाइप करो, आई एम श्योर यू विल हैव इनफ मोर देन व्हाट आई कुड टेल यू ऑन बीएससी एग्रीकल्चर, बिकॉज राइट नाउ एवरी सिंगल कंपनी आई नो इन इंडिया इज लुकिंग फॉर पीपल। मैडम मैं अभी उड़ीसा में एक जॉब फेयर करके आ रहा हूँ। आई हैड 70,000 जॉब्स रिक्वायरमेंट एंड आई एम नॉट एबल टू फुलफिल बिकॉज आई एम नॉट गेटिंग पीपल। और ये मैं कोई 10 साल पुरानी बात नहीं बोल रहा हूँ। इस 6 नवंबर को आई वॉज देयर इन उड़ीसा, इन कामाख्या, वो भी कहाँ, भुवनेश्वर से 130 किलोमीटर अंदर जाके। अभी मैं झारखंड में आई एम डूइंग अ जॉब फेयर, आई एम लुकिंग फॉर 80,000 पीपल। देन आई एम डूइंग ऑन 5-6 January, I am doing it in Kota. I am looking for 40,000 people and I'm not getting people. So please work on your skills and you will get it. Despite of having many loans or schemes for the entrepreneurs and processing units, how much being used in ground level and what might be the reason for the failures in getting sanction? Sanction लेने में कोई तकलीफ नहीं है। आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स बराबर होने चाहिए, आपका सिविल रिकॉर्ड अच्छा होना चाहिए, सैंक्शन होने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं। चैलेंज आता है कि सैंक्शन होने के बाद जब आप पैसा आपके पास आता है, आप उसको कितना राइटली यूज करते हैं। आपके पास पैसा आया, पैसा आपने प्रोजेक्ट के लिए लिया, प्लांट के लिए लिया, मशीनरी के लिए लिया, और आपने खर्च किस में करा? आपने खर्च करा आईपैड में, आपने एप्पल 14 आया है उसमें खर्च करा। आपको एक अच्छे एक आई की वॉच चाहिए, क्यों चाहिए? कि मेरे दोस्तों के पास है। और आपका जो स्पेंडिंग है जब वो गलत तरीके में यूज होगा, दैट इज वेयर पीपल गो रॉन्ग। इफ समवन डिजर्व क्वालिटी स्किल्स डेफिनेटली विल गेट गुड सैलरी। तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आपने कहा जी मेरे पास स्किल है, किस चीज की स्किल है, एंड इफ यू हर्नेश, इफ यू वर्क ऑन दैट, इट गोइंग टू गेट वेरी गुड। ये जो एरोमेटिक प्लांट प्रोसेसिंग का जिन्होंने लिखा है, मैंने आपको मेरा ईमेल आईडी लिखा है, आप मुझे भेजिए, मैं आपको सर्च करके मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी में बात कर आई विल गेट यू दिस इंफॉर्मेशन, so that I don't want to give you wrong information, whatever you're asking me. So I hope, ma'am, I answered all questions, because मुझे लगता है कि जो स्पीकर आता है वो अपना ज्ञान ढोल के चल जाता है. He give his ज्ञान and he don't answer people's questions. So the way I conduct session, I always say, please ask question so that I can answer and you get satisfied. And
No,
then you
sir,
put
definitely two-way conversation is the best, sir.
Sir, what are the main challenges in agri entrepreneurs? Sir, life is full of challenges and life is full of fun. So whether you do agri, you do textile, you do aeronautical, you become prime minister, you become president, you become TM, you become officer, there are challenges in everywhere. You are married, there are challenges. You are not married, there are challenges. You have kids, there are challenges. You don't have kids, there are challenges. If you sit at home, there is a challenge. If you come out of home, there is a challenge. You are listening to this workshop, it is challenge. You are not listening, then also it is challenge. So don't worry about challenges. मन में ठान लो मुझे क्या करना है और ईश्वर आपको अपने आप रास्ता दिखाएगा.
Sir, if I ask you to summarize in a 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences to all our participants, what you will be suggesting to all, sir?
I says have a right plan. Work on your plan. Have a confidence in you. You are young. Have a capacity to take risks.
Yes, sir.
And follow your passion. You know, I was talking to a cricket team and they said, sir, बहुत प्रेशर है, सर बहुत परेशानी है, बहुत मेहनत. तो मैंने कहा ना किसने कहा है तुम्हें? You want name, you want fame, you want money, you want appreciation. You need to work hard for this. Second thing, can I get internship while I'm in last of my horticulture degree? And what more skills do I need to learn? Ab you take internship. If you want to work under me, more than welcome. I am based out of Delhi, and you can join us. What are top 5 industrial skills for agriculture graduates to be happy? Beautiful question. So top 5 skills habit of learning. ये भी never go wrong. Second habit is get कोई आदमी नहीं देखा who died because of. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I
You're
audible?
audible.
Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
So, madam, children should get into the habit of working hard. देखिए आज मैं भगवान की दया से बोलता हूँ, इतना बिजनेस है, काम है, फिर भी मेरे पास कोई चॉइस नहीं है मैम कि मैं एक दिन में 17-18 घंटे काम नहीं करूँ. सो वर्किंग हार्ड की स्किल एक्वायर करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट.
Yes, sir.
थर्ड स्किल होनी चाहिए बिहेवियर. दुनिया में आपको इंटेलिजेंस से एंट्री तो मिल सकती है, काम आपको बिहेवियर से ही मिलता है.
Very true, sir.
Fourth important thing is learn to respect people. Respect your parents. Respect your brothers and sisters. Because if you respect others, you respect yourself. And fifth is get into the habit of delivering at your best. हम सबको देना अच्छा लगता है मैम, कि मैं किसी की सेवा करूं, मैं कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट करूं, मैं कुछ अच्छा काम करूं, पर दिन भर हम लेने में लगे हुए. भगवान तू दे दे, मम्मा तू दे दे, पापा तू दे दे, सोसाइटी तू दे दे, कंट्री तू दे दे. It is not important what your family is giving you. It is not important what your country is giving you. It is not important what your friends are giving you. It is more important what you are giving it to your country, what you are giving it to your friends, what you are giving it to your family, and what you are giving it to your society. ये important नहीं है आपको लोग क्या दे रहे हैं. Important है आप क्या दे रहे हो. आपको बिल्कुल अच्छा लगेगा जब आपको देने की भावना होगी. और मुझे लगता है कि आप कितना कमाएंगे, कितना पैसा आएगा, इसकी चिंता छोड़ दीजिए. आप, मेरा ये लाइफ का अनुभव है मैम, आप अच्छा काम करेंगे, ईश्वर आपको ऑटोमेटिक देना शुरू करेगा. आप लेने की भावना, आप कोई भी काम. दूसरा क्या है कि अभी कितने बच्चों ने पूछा स्कोप क्या है, करियर क्या है. हर चीज में स्कोप है. 1.41 बिलियन का देश है यार हम लोग. 141 करोड़ लोग हैं. यहाँ तो मिट्टी भी बिकती है, यहाँ सोना भी बिकता है, यहाँ तो पानी. कभी सोचा मैम आपने भारत जैसे देश में पानी की बोतल बिकेगी? इम्पॉसिबल. बिक रही है ना.
Yes, sir.
आपने कभी सोचा कि गांव में दही छाछ खरीद के खाना पड़ेगा? बिक रहा है ना मैम.
Miserable, sir. Yes, sir.
कभी आपने सोचा था कि दूध आपको पाउच में मिलेगा?
No way,
आज
sir.
गांव का आदमी पाउच का दूध पी रहा है. So what I'm trying to say, if your working is right, if your planning is right, if you're working hard on your product, और यदि आप उसको पूरे शिद्दत से जी रहे हो ना मैम, तो अपने आप काम होगा. मेरा तो ये मानना है.
Yes, sir.
जहां आपके अपने काम में बेईमानी आई, जहां पर आपको लगा, जहां पर आपको अपने काम में कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, वहां पर आपको तकलीफ है. जहां पर आपको अपने काम में कॉन्फिडेंस है, अपने आप पे विश्वास है, उसका भगवान साथ देता है. सर आप फ्री होकर सेशन लीजिएगा. आपका ऑडियो बहुत मुश्किल से. ओके, आई एम सॉरी अबाउट इट. So let me, when do I have a next session, and I will definitely have it.
Yes,
what
sir.
are
Yes, sir.
in demand
We'll let you
technical
know, sir.
skills area. Really, sir, you have given very important guideline to participants. Most welcome. What are means and ways to get stick on goals, because we aim goals, we forget. Chalo, I will answer this last question. देखिए दोस्तों, you need to understand कि what is my real goal. 99.999% people think fantasy as their goal. There is a difference in fantasy and goal. मैडम, दुनिया में 99% लोग फैंटेसी को अपना गोल मानते हैं. जिस दिन आपका गोल होगा ना, आपका ध्यान कभी नहीं भटकेगा.
Yes, sir.
जब आपका गोल नहीं होगा तो आपका ध्यान भटकेगा.
I do believe, sir.
और दूसरा क्या कि सर, काइंडली टेल समथिंग अबाउट फॉरेन एजुकेशन ट्रेनिंग एंड सपोर्ट फॉर स्टूडेंट. So any one of you is interested in foreign jobs, write a mail to me. I'm on the board of National Skill Development Corporation International, and my job is to place people outside India. Write a mail to me, write about yourself. I will send you the details. My team will contact you and I will place you abroad. So thank you very much, ma'am, for inviting me. I'm sorry for the network. I can have, आपका कब तक का प्रोग्राम है?
Sir, actually, it's going to finish on 25th, sir.
चलो तो 25th यानी तो आपका संडे भी होता है क्या?
Yes, sir. Saturday, Sunday, both, sir.
तो संडे आप मुझे बताइएगा, संडे शाम का कोई टाइम होगा, so we'll do with audience.
I will definitely ask my team, sir, to arrange one more lecture for you, sir.
If I'm making sense to your audience.
No, sir, definitely you are making sense, sir. Actually, that was a very wonderful and insightful. Such a power-packed session it was, sir. Despite your network was a little unstable, but you would definitely able to make it, sir. And actually, not taking risk is the biggest risk. All those things, real-time problems, you beautifully and scientifically explained, sir. So we are definitely happy to have you.
अभी देखिए मैम, दो चॉइस थी मेरे पास. एक चॉइस थी, मैं कहता मैम आई एम सॉरी, network is not good, I can't take session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I said no यार, जितना सुनेंगे उतना तो समझ में आएगा.
Of course,
and I
sir.
must try. So
Yes, sir.
I got late. There was a traffic. I told my driver 3 times that please park a car so that I get a stable connection, and I was able to speak. So what I'm trying to say, if you want to find a shortcut, you fail in life. You must keep on trying. You must keep on. You should, because I have an intent to give, not to take.
Yes, sir.
So I could have said, I'm sorry, I can't do it, ma'am. There's an internet problem. And looking at my status, you said, no problem, sir. We'll do it next time. It happens, sir. But I decided, no, I must give whatever knowledge and experience I have, because 287 people are on online, and it is my responsibility to serve them
Yes,
and to
sir.
give my best.
No,
So
sir.
thank you very much.
Within a less of 40 minutes, actually, you could give us motivation also, learning everything in all in one package, sir. So we are definitely very grateful, and I am privileged to host for you, sir. Looking forward to hear from you once again, sir.
God bless you. God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you so much,
God
sir.
bless you. Thanks.
We shall forward your email and contact number to our participants, sir. If somebody is gonna ask you something, he may definitely directly contact to you, sir.
Send me. Thank you very much. God
Yes,
bless you, ma'am. Thanks for
Thank
inviting.
you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So now, without wasting much of your time, now I would like to hand over the session to Anshika ma'am to listen to our next guest. I hope, Anshika ma'am, you have joined. Ma'am, can you hear me? Meanwhile, I will request my participants to please suggest you if you want to keep another session of Goenka sir in the coming days, so we can arrange and we can have another session. Yes, Anshika ma'am.
Wow. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You're very well audible.
And visible also?
Yes, ma'am. You're visible.
Okay, thank you.
Please continue, ma'am.
Yeah. A very good evening to everyone. On behalf of Shere Kashmir University of Agriculture, Science and Technology, Team Just Agriculture and Agro-Environmental Education and Farmer Welfare Society, I welcome you all to the Agriculture 4.0, the future of farming technology and entrepreneurship development, which is a 15-day international online training come workshop program. And as our guest for today has already joined, Miss Utkarsha Ghate. She is a botanist with biodiversity, climate, smart agriculture, herbal medicines, forestry with research experience of 3 decades. He has over 30 research published in and over 1,000 citizens in portals such as ResearchGate, Academics, and Google Scholar. He has traveled globally to speak at conferences. So I just hand over the this session to Mr. Utkarsh. Are you there, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, sir, your screen is visible.
It's visible? Great.
Yeah.
I work at Bharatiya Agro Industries Foundation, which is an NGO spread across 13 Indian states, promoting sustainable agriculture. I think I'm clear, right? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to narrate 2 case studies. One is climate smart agriculture for small farmers. Another one, after few slides, on artificial intelligence used in agriculture. The first one, climate smart agriculture, was a project I worked in 3 years ago in the year 2019 at National Institute of Rural Development, Government of India in Hyderabad. The project was with poor women farmers of Madhya Pradesh and Bihar states, which are 2 poorest states in the country. They have just food crops grown, not cash crops like you have floriculture in Gujarat and Baramati in Maharashtra, where they export roses and earn big money. No sugarcane, no cotton, but rice, some pulses like horse gram, and other local vegetables the MP and Bihar women farmers grow, and they are the poorest. So National Rural Livelihood Mission is a Government of India program to empower them, improve their income through agri-technology. And we taught them about 25 techniques to protect themselves from the climatic vagaries, the vulnerability that they have because of recent climate change. You can see here the sensor and solar panel. I'll just summarize here some of the key climatic risks that are more today compared to the past because of climate change. On the left side, you can see that long dry period. That is, the rains are more, but they may be concentrated in few days. In between, there is a huge gap, dry gap, which puts stress on the crop. Even during monsoon, there may be a spell of 15 to 20 days with no rains. That is little for the crop. The strategy Government of India, Indian Agriculture Research Council and others agri universities have identified is that there has to be more leaf litter, organic manure into the soil so that there's more carbon in the soil and it can store moisture. Also, farm ponds are required in almost every farm, which takes small area but help in protected irrigation. That is, during such dry season, the crop doesn't die. Second risk you can see is heavy rains and flooding, where better drainage through channels in the farm is suggested. And of course, farm pond is there to soak the extra water. Third is increased pest attack or new pest. like the African snail is devastating so many crops, especially in southern India. Integrated pest management using sticky traps, light traps, and trichogramma wasp cards, marigold kind of trap crops. These are some measures you may have already learned that government is advocating. The soil fertility is reducing day by day because we are overusing nutrients, chemical fertilizers, but then not adding carbon, that is the leaf litter, and this has to be reversed. And soil test has to be done, and accordingly fertilizer has to be applied, you know well. Lastly, some extreme climate events like the hailstorm in central India during winter, like February, where farmers lose crops like oranges due to.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, your slide is not moving. Kindly put it on slideshow mode and try again.
Can you see now the slide has changed?
No, sir. You can just again do the screen sharing. It's on first slide only.
Oh, you are not able to see the second slide. Sorry.
Yeah, sir. It's on first slide only.
Are you able to see the second slide now?
No, sir.
Okay. Now?
No, sir.
This is strange. I had shared my PowerPoint with Ms. Utkarsha Gaware, madam. Can she please project?
Yeah, sir. I'll request the technical team to share the PPT from our side.
Thank you so much. I'll continue.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sure.
So early harvesting can help in avoiding damage from the hailstorm. If farmers are told after a week or 10 days, there could be heavy thunderstorm and so on. Yeah. Are you able to see?
No, sir. Our team is sharing the PPT. You can continue.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Is the PPT visible? Perhaps not yet.
Sir, just 2 minutes. Our technical team.
I thought of this problem, so I shared my PPT in the morning, but
yes, sir. We are sharing.
Great. Thank you so much.
So by that time, you can go with your talk. We'll just start the PPT.
Okay. So out of the 25 and odd techniques that we taught to the women in Madhya Pradesh and Bihar, by and far, they adopted 5 to 6 techniques as popular techniques. Oh, great. Can you please move on to slide number 3? This was the solar panel. Yeah, correct. This one. One that was most useful was weather advisory. Like I said, prior warning of heavy rainfall after a few days help them to quickly harvest the crop in the month of February so that it is not lost. If it is standing in the farm, it would be lost. About 40% loss was prevented in this case, be it wheat or chana, and they were happy about it. They were given SMS intimation through their cluster center and they acted on them. About 50% women did it and they got benefited. Second technique is zero tillage, that you know, Fukuoka type of farming where not much plowing is done, because more plowing means more soil disturbance, more carbon release, nitrogen release, which is even more toxic to environment and climate than carbon. So this also saved their farming cost because plowing is not done. Labor cost is also saved. Third technique was dry seeding of a direct seeding of rice, where no wetting happens, no flooding of rice, and transplanting is avoided. So again, they save about 20% labor cost in transplanting rice. Although weeds is an issue and you need conoweeder kind of technology to take care of weeds, which are added to the soil so that they become mulch. Fourth technique was soil health management. About 70% farmers used it, and that involved adding the soil test and then adding right dosage of fertilizer and organic manure, and they obtained about 20% higher yield, although it was found to be very laborious. And integrated pest management was the fifth technique that many farmers used. Like I said, the predator was like trichogramma and trap crops and sticky traps and so on. It was also found to be a bit tedious, but farmers got 20% yield benefit. This was done with about 4,000 farmers, so not a small experiment. And it was presented in front of Joint Secretary, Ministry of Rural Development at the end of 2019 and was well accepted. These techniques are becoming now common in many parts of India due to promotion by government agencies and agriculture universities. Next, please. Now I will present a case study on using artificial intelligence for cotton pest management by Vadhwani Artificial Intelligence. This is a Mumbai-based organization. I worked with them last couple of years, 2020 and 21. You can see on the left side the insect trap, where at the bottom there is bait and the moths, which you can see at the center top, come attracted to these baits. And at the bottom right side, you can see, it's not very clear though, faint, the worm inside the bud of cotton. Next slide. As you know, cotton is a major export crop from India, and the cash crop earns good money to farmers, more than a lakh rupees per acre or so. And there are 6 million cotton farmers in India, and 75% of them are small, own less than 2 hectares of land. So they have less economic power. But pink bollworm is a serious pest in the last 10 to 15 years that often damages 1/5 or 1/4 of their crop, sometimes half or more. And then comes the news of suicide of farmers because they lose all the crop and have nothing to sow further and survive. Next, please. Next. Hello. Next, please. Next. Next, please. Can you hear me?
A minute, sir, just a minute.
Yeah. You would have heard this problem of farmers' suicides and cotton being the suicide trap. No other crop has been cause for so many suicides. Not even vegetables or corn or rice and wheat. Also because these are food crop, farmer can eat and sell locally if they can't get good yield. Not so with cotton. They have to sell it for national market purpose or export purpose, and you are hit if the output is low or quality is poor. If your cotton looks brown or black, no one will buy it or you would not get good price. Next, please. Hello.
Hello, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience. I think there is some technical issue. Our team is just doing that.
Yeah, next, please. Yeah, earlier one. Earlier one. Okay, fine. Now, the problem is in the current agri advisory system, left side shows that farmers or the agri extension officers observe the pest coming, they inform their higher ups, then it goes to the agriculture university, and from there perhaps director agriculture. Then a warning is issued on the radio and television and other news media such as newspapers. And by the time it reaches farmers, it's already 10 to 15 days. That's the present advisory flow. And it may be very late because this pink bollworm, the moths, they mate and they lay eggs. And then the bollworm, that's the caterpillar, comes out and it stays on the plant for a couple of days. And you have to spray pesticides in that time only, 2-3 days. If you cannot, it gets inside the cotton ball, your time is over. No matter how much pesticide you spray, the fellow is sitting inside happily and you can't do anything and your crop is lost. Because once they damage the cotton ball from inside, there's no yield. Next, please. Thank you. Now, Wadhwani artificial intelligence, what they did is they developed a pest management app by name channelize. Left side, you can see that the farmer is emptying the insects found in the trap on a white piece of paper. Right side, that is the second from left picture, shows that the moths are put on a white piece of paper and they are photographed by the app in the farmer's mobile. Third photograph, that is third from left, shows that the app is identifying the correct pest because app has been trained which insects to count and which not to count. Deformed or other insect pests are not counted. The bait, that is the lure inside the trap, is such that it only attracts the pink bollworm moths, not even American bollworm. So beetles or wasps, honeybees do not get attracted. Only pink bollworm insects, the moths, get attracted. Only they will be by and large counted. But to avoid any error in that, the app has been trained using artificial intelligence. And finally, the count is provided in the extreme right screenshot, where if the pest count is more than the limit, like 8 moths per day given by the agriculture universities and department and ICAR, then the farmer is given red alert. Now you take immediate spray. Then there is chance that the pink bollworm caterpillars are hit and further attack is saved. Next. This was a collaborative effort done for the last 3 years, and it started in collaboration with Wellspun, a cotton exporter company from Gujarat and Maharashtra and Telangana, and Deshpande Foundation, an NGO in Telangana, and of course, Government of Maharashtra program, the POKRA Project on Climate Resilience, Better Cotton Initiative, IDH, the sponsor organization, Andhra Pradesh government, and so on. And people were involved in problem identification, data collection, pilot testing, and upscaling it. Next. It was as per the lab to land approach, as Professor Swaminathan says. Now you can see that the app is available in 8 languages: Marathi, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Punjabi, and even Odia, so that farmers feel comfortable. And on hand, they can get the pest attack prior intimation so that they can spray on time. Next. Various research studies were conducted to find farmers' suitability for this app. And farm-wise tracking method is also prepared, where you can see farmers are listed in the left column, and right side which farmers have notable pest attack, like those with red marking the top 2 or 3 farmers. Rest at the bottom have green marking, so no risk. Next slide, please. Now this prototype testing was done using over 2 lakh images, and the artificial intelligence program was trained in them. And then the idea stage, the prototype testing happened in Ranebennur, Karnataka, in Haveri district in 2020 winter, where the app user farmers were observed to have 17% more yield, and they also got 8% better price because their cotton was clean, white, whereas those farmers who got affected by pink bollworm, their cotton was brown and dull in color, did not fetch good price. This was vindicated through a research study by Agriculture Science University of Dharwad in the year 2021. So this app was found to be useful. Next, please. Next year, the scale-up phase, this was extended to 6 states, and Ernst & Young, a global reputed research monitoring agency, did evaluation of this effort, and they found out that on the left side, there are lead farmers who have app on their mobile, and they share their information, their alert to the neighboring farmers called as cascade farmer. They are shown to the right. The study finding were, on an average, the lead farmer who had app on their mobile got 2,000 rupees benefit per acre, and they had, which is shown to the left top corner, they also had 1,000 rupees less spent on pesticide because they did not take 1 or 2 sprays that were not useful. When the caterpillar had turned into moth, no use of spraying, that was avoided. So they had 3,000 rupees of benefit. On the right side, you can see cascade farmers. That means the accompanying farmer. They also had roughly the same amount of benefit, 2,000 rupees net gain and 1,000 rupees saved on pesticides. And this was more than the remaining farmer who had no such app. Next. This year, more companies have joined this effort, and it has reached many more farmers. I think about 25,000. Last year, about 10,000 farmers were involved in it from 6 states. So this is not an end, this is a beginning. Pest management is an important area where artificial intelligence can contribute, but it can also contribute to soil nutrient. Like Conserve Water is an organization that does remote sensing based nutrient mapping of your farm, and they provide you recommendation based on just remote sensing without any actual soil testing. Then there are other organizations like EnviroFit and so many. And from South, of course, there is a gallery of organizations using artificial intelligence for clever farmer advisory to reduce the climate risk and improve the crop productivity. Thank you so much for patient hearing, and I hope you like these ways of tackling the climate risk and the use of artificial intelligence in smallholder farming. Any questions are welcome.
Yes, thank you for the wonderful session. We have some questions from our participants. So the first question is, due to climate change every year, pest scenario get changed. So how we can provide them the accurate prediction of pest infestation?
You are right. The pink bollworm, which was very important in the year 2019 and 20, did not have high intensity. In the year 2021, there was above normal rainfall, and that did not suit the pest perhaps. But that time aphids were more, which are sucking pest. So if we have model of rainfall level, temperature level, and which pest attack under what conditions, this can be done. Good prior prediction of main enemy of the farmers and what are the remedial measures. Over.
Okay, and sir, next question is, sir, how we can manage the infestation of white flies on cotton?
Pardon?
How we can manage the infestation of white flies on cotton? This is the second question.
Okay, so white flies is a troublesome insect, no doubt. Nevertheless, imbalanced soil nutrient provision is the main cause for plant weakness and many diseases. So soil testing, macronutrient analysis, identifying the gap and giving balanced nutrition is the first step to make crop healthy so that the crop attack is less. And then, like I said, integrated pest management and techniques that can help you save your crop from whitefly and so many other pests.
And sir, the next question is, Jessids are the most devastating pests of the various important crops like rice, okra, and cotton. So how we can manage them using artificial intelligence and all?
Yeah, the artificial intelligence is not the answer. Artificial intelligence will only give you the prediction of what may happen. The actual techniques are that you have lure where you with using bait like pheromone traps. That is the answer. You attract the insects, you get them at one site and you destroy them. Or alternatively, predator wasps like trichogramma. They have to be kept in your farm as tricho cards, very easily available, 50 rupees and so. They will take care of your crop. Over.
Sir, so the next question is, like government is promoting natural farming. What are the views on it? We need to shift on the natural farming, or we can just use the conventional method which we are using.
Natural farming is good because it protects the farmer from harmful impact of pesticide. You know, there's a cancer train that runs between Punjab and Amritsar and Jaipur, where Jaipur Cancer Hospital, lakhs of farmers get treated every year coming from Punjab because of excessive pesticide spraying there. There is so much of cancer among farming families because endosulfan was banned, but so many pesticides they inhale create a health hazard for them. Secondly, it is bad for the soil because soil becomes infertile in few years and then they have no other go than to sell the farm. And thirdly, for consumer, you know, it is a havoc. Cancer is now common in every 3 or 4 houses. In our childhood, it was found in 1 in 100 houses or so. Because of huge chemical doses we are having through food on vegetables and whatnot. So, if you want to avoid all this, natural farming is good. But there's a caution that natural farming yield will not be more. The yield will be better. It may not have chemicals, so it is safe for you. And that's why organic farmers or natural farmers say, give us better price if you get better quality. It is like simple. If you book a Ola cab, you have a different price band for Desire. And if you have a different price band for a Safari or Innova, same way. If you want better produce, you pay better. If that is done, natural farming is safe and sustainable. Over. Thank you.
Yes, sir, that's it, sir. These were the questions. And other question, we will just mail it to you on your mail ID.
My pleasure. I'm happy I was on time.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the kind opportunity, Kamboj madam and Gaware madam and so many others. And thanks for the patient listening by the audience also. Wish you the best.
Thank you so much for this, for your time and the meaningful lecture you have given us. We are so privileged by hearing from you. So thank you so much.
And best wishes under trying conditions in Jammu Kashmir. You are doing so well. Very best wishes.
Yeah, thank you.
Shall I exit?
Yeah, sir. Yeah. Thank you to all the participants for joining us. So this